So guys, good evening to everyone. Welcome to our newest live stream. Today we have primaries in many states, in South Carolina, in Nevada, also in North Dakota, and also very important in the state of, and I'm forgetting the name, I'm sorry for that. I don't know, I'm forgetting the name for some reason. What is the other state? State of Maine, of course. Very important one because, as you know, we have here for Maine Senate, so Platter and Mills. This is just a town that relisted its votes, 6 votes. Platter is getting 5 here, the town just right here. In Frenchboro is only 6% of the votes, so this is like Dixville in New Hampshire. It's probably something in that ballpark, and that's why it's reported votes. But as you can see here, in Maine, they don't use counties, they use townships. But yeah, I'm really happy because we're not going to talk about, we're going to talk about California today because we're still waiting for votes there and some definitions in the 6th congressional district race. But it's not the point of this live stream. And finally, after 1 week being here about California multiple times, I'm really tired of California, I would say. And it doesn't mean as a criticism, but it's just a way that I really need this. And we're going to talk about new states today. South Carolina just in 5 minutes from now. And that would be amazing, I tell you. And not only that, also in the sense that Nevada is terrible counting the votes. It's like California, but I won't be here like every day because Nevada is not as important as California. I don't think that's really necessary in that regard. So we have 3 people watching. I suspect we're gonna have a much smaller number of people today. Even though I'm gonna still be here until we have everything counted, or at least in the ballpark of being everything counted, because Nevada will take a day or 3 and maybe more than that, and that's why I'm not going to be here like waiting for them to count every vote. Otherwise I will be here for at least 2 weeks or even more than that. We also have elections in Peru. They're counting the votes, and now the lead is very close, only 43,000 between Sanchez and Fujimori, the left-wing and right-wing candidates respectively, but we're still waiting for that as more is being counted. I have 5 people watching. Guys, thank you so much. Now we are at 591 subscribers. That's really amazing. Just want to really say thank you of all the support you've been giving to me in the last 2 days. I suspect this live stream can be also amazing. The goal for this live stream, as you know, it's 600 subscribers. We're only 9 away, and I really think we can do that right now. So yeah, if you're from any of those 4 states, we're gonna have elections today: South Carolina, Maine, and Nevada. We can see the Lindsey Graham, incumbent senator in South Carolina. We can see him losing the election, but it's not the most likely scenario, I must tell you. Also in South Carolina governor race, you have a very competitive one. Look, there's a lot of candidates. And maybe we can check the polls. So here let's go to South Carolina Senate for the Republicans. In terms of polling, Lindsey Graham is at 49%. I think they have the 50% rule. Maybe I need to check about that. But yeah, I think they really need 50% plus 1 to avoid a runoff. That will be the test, if that's the case. Of course, I'm here just trying to... Okay, they don't need 50%. They don't need 50% to win. So this is... No, actually, wait a minute. I'm just trying here to understand if they actually need that. Guys, if you're there, you can subscribe to the channel. You can leave your like down below. Also tell me what you think this elections, who you are supporting. That's really important for me. Now I have 8 people watching. And yeah, so actually we need 50% plus 1 according to ChatGPT. But AI being AI, sometimes we get mistakes here. So I'm going to just analyze that in a minute. But here you can see here, Lindsey Graham 51 as well, for 46. So he's just in that ballpark of getting almost 50%. When it comes to Democratic race, where is that? Democratic race here, let's go to votes. This is a map from Decision Desk HQ. Fantastic app, I must tell you. It's really, really amazing the work they've been putting into. So here to the South Carolina Senate for the Democrats. Look at this. They're loading the polls, and yeah, still 45-36. Very interesting there. So now only 2 minutes away. I'm going to use CNBC because the New York Times is not working because I don't have the paid version. It's working for California because right now, look at this. Civilton will reach 2 million votes. Of course, I'm not going to talk about California today, even though I have here the page open. We're going to have LA just in a minute, and also Sacramento, because we're still waiting for a decision in the 6th congressional district race. I'm going to open it right here because it might be important. But the New York Times is not working for me in today's races because I don't want to pay the paid version. I don't think that's enough. I mean, I only use the New York Times for this type of things, for elections. I really think they're great. But for the rest of stuff, I mean, they're not that amazing, at least in my opinion. That's just my opinion, of course, guys. Now you have 11 people watching. It's fantastic. Double digits already. Let's go to triple digits. We've been not getting that a long time, and I think we can certainly do that this live stream. But yeah, guys, I'll be here all night long until we have something definitive in the selections. I'm still trying to understand. Now the polls are really closing fast in South Carolina. Only 1 minute now. I'm still open here. CNBC. So now we're estimating 508,000 in the Republican side and 420,000. Maybe we can open CNN as well. Let's go to CNN. Where is CNN? California, not this one. It's here, so California, this one. Maybe I can open CNN as well because I have a great interface as well. Let's go here to, wait a minute, so South Carolina. Look at this. South Carolina, we're having governor. Also, very important thing here in the, not that one, House, this race here. This one is a mess. I mean, the first congressional district in South Carolina. You know, we have here a candidate I'm still trying to understand, but we have here a candidate that's very progressive. I'm still going to keep an eye on him. And then I'm going to talk about that when we have results. Now we just got the first projections because the polls are now closed in South Carolina. John Vincent won the 7th congressional race, even though it's, of course, uncontested. And also here in the 4th in the Democratic side. If you go to the Republican side, in the we can see here what projections here for Sherry Beeks, incumbent representative from the 3rd congressional district there, and also in the 5th, Wes Clymer, I think it's, I don't know sure how to say, I think it's Clymer. And here in the 7th, Russell Fry won as well, uncontested. So now we're waiting for results. I mean, this is great. Of course, we love to get results. Polls will close in Maine at 8. Then I think it's North Dakota at 9 or 10. And then, of course, Nevada at 10. So let's go here to the Senate. And the Republicans are still waiting for more. So I'm just here to try to... Yeah, okay, so he has here, so including applying story, so he has his majority to avoid a June 23rd runoff. So yeah, they need 50% plus 1 to win the race. So now we've been waiting here for results. Guys, if you want to tell me your opinion, I'm going to be very looking forward to it. Now I have 12 people watching. It's fantastic. That's marvelous. Not as great as it was in California, but I would assume less interest as well. So yeah, guys, you can tell me your opinion. Certainly, I'm going to be very looking forward to reading your comments. And yeah, you need to be subscribed to comment in the channel because I think that's a great assumption. I mean, I want to give privilege to subscribers first and then, of course, the other ones. So you just need to subscribe. You don't have to be here for any duration. So it's basically, you just need to click there, subscribe. That's also a way to promote, in a sense, your guys to subscribe because that's really, really important. And, you know, sometimes people underestimate that. But yeah, it's really, really important. So now we have, I don't know how much people watching, but you can check here, 12 still. So yeah, still waiting for results. In the governor side, Republican side, you can see here as well, a lot of candidates, same thing. So Trump has backed Lieutenant Governor Pamela Abbott here. And we also got a lot of here, including U.S. Representatives Nancy Almond, so Attorney General. Have a lot of candidates here in the governor side here. Attorney General, certainly not so talked about. I mean, we don't often talk about these races, but they are actually important. And here, of course, Secretary of State and contested Republican side, Democratic side, I suspect. But yeah, we have candidates. So let's go here to the Senate. Let's go to the Republican side. Let's go to CNBC. They're still waiting, too early to call in both. Let's go to the decision desk. They're still waiting for votes there. And that's interesting. We're still waiting for votes. And as you can see here, yeah, polls will close. Where is North Dakota? I mean, we don't have North Dakota here, even though they're having elections right now. Let's go here to North Dakota. As you can see here, polls will close at 9, even though it's not very competitive, as you know. Only the incumbent, we also have Secretary of State, uncontested, Attorney General, also uncontested. So most of the races in North Dakota are uncontested, which is not really great. I love elections, and I thought we would have more. Let's go here back to South Carolina. Where's South Carolina? Here. So let's go back to South Carolina. We're still waiting for results now. They're estimating 508,000 on the Republican side and 420,000 on the Democratic side. I thought the Democrats would do much better in terms of turnout, but they actually are not that great. Even though I would say that they would have done much better. But yeah, now you have 8 people watching, guys. Yeah, not a lot of interest in this live stream. I thought the same when I announced the live stream, but yeah, I'll still be here because it's important. I mean, it's another election platter in Maine. Maybe we'll have more interest as polls will close in Maine in just 56 minutes. I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm just trying here to check if we actually have anything, but we don't. Still waiting for votes there. Still waiting. Here, okay, just got more votes in California, and it was what? Orange? It was orange. We got orange. Maybe it was orange. So now it's 8 million votes, as you can see here. So the margin is 200,000. So the margin is exactly 200,000 here in California. Tom Star is 200,000 behind. I think he can shrink the margin to like 100 and something thousand, maybe even less than 100,000. But we already projected this for Steve Hilton. And yeah. So yeah, nothing unexpected there. As you see here, the bubbles. Sacramento is one of the largest, if not the largest. No, the largest is Riverside actually. And now smaller city and suburbs are only going for Hilton by 1 point. Okay, now it's 0.98. We just got votes. And now Becerra is at 28. So yeah, I don't know where we got the votes. It was from where, I don't know. Maybe it was not Kern. Maybe Fresno County. Maybe. But as you see here now, it's 0.98 for Hilton in the smaller city and suburbs. We're going to be watching those as well. But yeah, I mean, no, usually in America and in many other places as well, close elections are decided where? In the suburban areas. And looks like who's winning the suburbs right now? Hilton. Look, who's getting to the second round instead of Tom Steyer? Hilton. So you know that thing. Still waiting for results here. Let's go to the state official website. This is the state official website from South Carolina. Fantastic state there, just south of North Carolina, as you know. And yeah, we're still waiting for results here. And let's go back to CNN. Where's CNN here? CNN is still waiting for votes there. I don't know if you're saying anything. You guys, you can tell me your opinion. I'm going to be very looking forward to hearing. You can tell me also what you think. Who did you vote for if you're from any of those 4 states? And for the Democrats that are watching right now, if Planner is a nominee today, which is the most reasonable assumption, would you still vote for him instead of Susan Collins, or instead of just skipping the senatorial line? Because it's very interesting aspect. Many Democrats, because of all the scandals, maybe they may not want to vote for Graham Planner, and that's just my point here. Maybe that will be interesting to talk about as well. And yeah, I think in the next hour we're gonna have much more people watch. Now we have 10 people watching, but I suspect the next hour we're gonna have much more because, you know, starting more votes out of Maine, also Nevada. Nevada very important. I mean, you have Joe Lombardo, the Republican governor, trying to get reelected, and I think maybe he will. Okay, we just got votes here. Look at this, and yeah, as I said, and I said this yesterday, Richard Penn will probably overcome Kevin Kelly as more votes are being reported. Right now the margin is only not even 1,000, it's like 300 votes. So we got votes from Sacramento County, and I said 92%. So maybe he will not, but I'm not sure about that because the majority of votes are in place here, but they will still help Richard Penn margin-wise. And yeah, Michael Stanfield is gone. So I can project it will be Kevin Kelly against Richard Penn in general. I don't know who will finish first and second, to be honest here. But we got votes from Sacramento. That's why now Sacramento is at 93%. And now look at the bubble in Sacramento. It was very, very big with a lot of votes left there. Right now the margin is we're only missing there less than 30,000 votes. So that's arguably something. Now we're at 8.1 million, 86% in California. I mean, a week after the election, we're now at only 86% of the vote. So, I mean, certainly interesting, I can tell you. And now we're still waiting for votes in South Carolina. And yeah, I'm going to keep here. I'm going to keep being here. Now I have 13 people watch. It's a new record for this live stream. Thank you guys so much. It's such a pleasure to have you guys all here. Even though this will take time, you know, elections are elections. We're here for 8 minutes already since polls closed. But for some reason, we still don't have results. And that's the way it is. We're still waiting for that. And yeah, tell me your opinion in the comments. I'm going to be very looking forward to that. And yeah, I saw a lot of people in my YouTube videos saying it's going to be Becerra Steyer. That didn't happen, and I already said that won't happen like 2 days ago or so. And also many Republicans say they're cheating, but that's not correct at all as well. So, I mean, I just want to guys say there's no cheating. I'm going to say it again because this needs to be repeated like multiple times. Otherwise, people will continue saying that BS, and that's just BS. That's not correct at all. And yeah, still waiting now for results. Here we have South Carolina, as I said, Maine, Nevada, and North Dakota primaries, as you know. It's going to be very important. I'm very looking forward to Platter in Maine because, as you know, Platter was getting 76% in the polls before of all the scandals, before of all the mess he got into. And right now I'm really looking forward to know what will be the margin after all of those scandals. Because he probably will be below 76%. But will be he like at less than 50%? Because if that happens, we're going to have ranked choice voting. And yeah, Mills is certainly eyeing to that. And she said like 2 days ago or so, I'm still on the ballot. You can still vote for me if you like me. I mean, you can still vote for me. And that's why if you go here to Senate, let's just go here to Senate. Let's go to Maine. In the Democratic side, you have here still Janet Mills, Graham Platter. You can go here. What is important for Democratic victory, or I'm sorry, not for Democratic victory, to understand what will be here important for the Democrats is here. This is Portland. Portland, you know, biggest city in Maine, overwhelmingly Democratic, like 85-15, and this is certainly so important for a planner to lead by a substantial margin because it's where the most progressive people are, and that's where I expect planner to do so well. If you compare Bernie Sanders in 2020 and Joe Biden, it's going to be a same thing for Janet Mills, where Biden did well, and Planner, where Sanders did well, even though I don't think Mills have any chance at winning today. South Portland, very important city as well. So, you know, those are the places. I mean, I don't know where the website is like this. Let me update that because sometimes it gets a bit glitchy and I don't want that. Even though, yeah, CNN does have one of the best things here. So, as you know, also Augusta, have Lewiston here, Bangor. That's the four big cities here. And yeah, and this they're very small, they're not counties, I mean, they're townships, and there are a lot of them. That's why the map gets a little bit glitchy here. You know, they're very small ones, they're only getting one precinct or two precincts, and they're important for everyone. And you look at this, we just got more votes here. I don't know where the votes came in, to be honest, I don't care. But it was enough to shrink Hilton out to a 0.93 points lead there. So now in South Carolina, we're still waiting for results. Maybe here in decision desk, yeah, we're still waiting for results as well, so we're taking a bit of time. But yeah, already 12 minutes since polls closed in South Carolina, and we're still waiting for results. Now we got San Francisco County, and Starry got 44%, and now, okay, we just got the projection E from Decision Desk HQ that projected this is, I'm gonna quote, I already did this projection, but now I'm gonna quote them, and they say Decision Desk HQ projects Richard Penn wins the second of two spots in the California U.S. House 6 primary. So they already projected Kevin Keeley, and now they'll project Richard Penn to win the second spot there. Even though I already said it multiple times, so it doesn't really matter. Even though it is important. It is important in that regard. I already said that, but yeah. Guess what? In Peru, we still don't have a final outcome. I think in the next few days we're gonna have an outcome there, but yeah, still waiting for that. Certainly they're doing a better job than California. Yeah, but it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing here. You have a lot of rural counties, a lot of rural, and who are predictions for the primaries today. So I think in South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, of course, will win. And for Senate, I'm not going to talk about the governor races because I'm not really into it. We don't really talk about governor races. They're not as important as senatorial ones because, you know, governor races are much more of local issues and all of that stuff. You know, they're now in a much more polarized environment. But yeah, Senate in South Carolina will go for Lindsey Graham. And certainly also Senate in Maine, I think Mills will win. I'm sorry, Mills. I'm just saying stupid stuff. Of course, Platter will win. The point I think will be, I think we'll get below 70%, maybe like getting 65 or so. But it is very interesting to see if the impact of the scandals will actually be great. And if that happens, if it is very big, the impact, we can actually see some shifts towards Mills and against Platter in the last few days. As you know here, South Carolina definitely going for. Let me check here because I don't really know this race, to be honest. Because this race here in South Carolina, as you know, this is not very important. The Republican side will be the ones that are going to win in South Carolina, so it's not important from that standpoint. But as you can see here, Annie Andrews getting 45, and then other option getting 36. I don't know with this poll. There's only one poll from Citadel, so it's not really significant. Not a lot of people have been caring about the selection. Right now in Polymarket, she has a 99.5% chance of winning, so Annie Andrews probably going to win here. So in North Dakota, we don't have anything there in terms of having any race for Senate or for governor or for Attorney General. We don't have anything there, as you can see here, because they're all uncontested. House, we have one in the Republican side. Incumbent Representative Jolie Federak, and also is Hilton safe as number 2 for governor. He's 200,000 votes up. He is safe. He's totally safe. I already projected that like a long time ago. And it is not possible for Steyer to overcome him. Of course, mathematically it is possible, but in terms of being reasonable from a non-biased standpoint, unfortunately for Steyer supporters, it is impossible for you guys to get to the second round or to the runoff or to the general election or whatever you want to call it. I'm really here trying to use a lot of names because you have a lot of names to call that thing. And yeah, we already predicted the last race for it. The last House race in California, so that's over. So projected everything in California, apart from the lieutenant governor side. So what's happening in the lieutenant governor? Because it's very important. I mean, so as you can see here, yeah, I think Gloria Romero will actually hold as well. Now the margin is 264,000. Yeah, Gloria Romero is going to hold as well. I'm going to make that projection as well. Gloria Romero will go to the general election against Fiona Ma in this lieutenant governor race. So it's over. It's over. We projected everything in California. So happy for that. A week after the polls close in California, or less than a week because polls will just close in California like 4 hours from now. But a week after all of that, we were able to make a projection that everything is projected. That's amazing. So yeah, I have now 14 people watching. That's also amazing. Now I have 11 likes in the live stream, so I have a lot of likes, certainly. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down below, the usual stuff. Let's go to 600 subscribers. That's the target for today's live stream. I'm not so confident about that because this is not California. You don't have a lot of hype going into this race. But certainly in Maine, we can see a very interesting contest there between Mills and Platter. As I was talking here about South Carolina, looks like the prediction markets are giving 99% chance for any Andrews here in the South Carolina. I'm looking here in the South Carolina 1st district because we have a progress. This is normal in a, let me just read the comment. I don't know why my phone is not. This is normal in a close race for it to take a week. I mean, it is normal to take some days, but a week is too much. I mean, and the problem is because of all the late arriving mailing ballots. Without that, this would be done much faster because they're actually not so bad at counting the votes. But the thing that people can still send their ballots a week, they can still arrive the ballots a week after polls close. That's really why this is taking a lot of time. People need, and I mean, not only making this faster, but also trying to show to people why this is this way and why this takes a lot of time. Otherwise, people will just start conspiracy theories, and that will not be great, even for democracy and for, I mean, having good faith in our system and our electoral system. And yeah, I mean, the U.S. is one of the best countries at counting the votes, even though it takes a lot of time, but they're actually done in they have a correct procedure to do everything, and that's why, I mean, we should not be bemoaning the situation. They actually should say, yeah, they're counting the votes, they take a lot of time, that sucks, but still, they're doing their job, and they're doing it in a great way, even though it could be much faster, that's true. Now you have 12 people watching, guys, thank you guys so much. So, still waiting for votes in South Carolina. I don't know what they're doing there, to be honest. And by the way, it's just something about Nevada because we also have a governor race there. Joseph Lombardi will win there. The primary, I think, by a very big margin, I would say. We have a lot of candidates, but of course, Joseph Lombardi will win there. Incumbent governor, he's doing a fantastic job, I would say, according to the numbers there. And certainly he will win there. And I think he's one of the best Republicans in a swing state to win re-election, certainly. Let's go to the Democratic side, because we have a lot of candidates as well. Maybe we can check the prediction markets, how they're doing there. Nevada governor, so let's go there. So right now the odds are what? Let me just wait here for, so 99.9% chance for Aaron Ford. Same thing. You know where the Democrats are? Las Vegas, that's Clark County. It's gonna be fun when it comes to the general election. Right now, it's not really that a lot of fun. But yeah, 14 people now watching, guys. Guys, thank you guys so much. And still waiting for votes for some reason. Let's go here again to South Carolina. We have a lot of runoffs as well. Look at this. In governor side, we have Georgia and South Dakota. And then when it comes to the Senate, we have Louisiana, Alabama, and Georgia. Still waiting for runoffs. And we don't know in Maine because of the ranked choice voting thing. But of course, choosing colleges is uncontested, as you can see here. But in the Democratic side, if it is very competitive, which I don't think so, but we'll wait for that. Let's go here to South Carolina. Exactly. So waiting for votes there. Now 15 people watching. That's fantastic. Guys, if you want to tell me your opinion, if you want to ask me anything, you can do that. I'm gonna be very happy to answer to any of your questions. And don't forget to subscribe, leave your like down below. You know the usual stuff. It's so crucial that you do that because the channel really needs your help to grow even faster, to get more subscribers, and get more people on it, because it's so important. Yeah, and right now in Peru, the margin is less than 40, is actually 42,000 votes right now. So a very close margin for sure in Peru right now. Now I have 18 people watching. That's fantastic, guys. Thank you guys so much. That's fantastic. I will just yeah. And yeah, guys, if you want my opinion, you can just ask me. I'm gonna be very happy to answer. And yeah, Steyer will not go to the second round or to general election. I'm getting tired of words. But yeah, he will not go to that particular race. In part because now I just got more votes in California. So what, 8.2 million now, and yeah, as you can see here, I don't know where the votes came in. I think it was in San Francisco. Now San Francisco is at what? At 94% in. So we're basically done in San Francisco County. It's the city of San Francisco. Who got it? Makes sense, finally. Because sometimes you have like a county, but the city is not the county itself. So that's pretty weird. But here it actually works out. Sacramento is also Sacramento County, and LA is also LA County. And San Diego is also San Diego County. So California is okay in terms of that. They're actually naming the counties because of the cities. Like Fresno is also Fresno County. And all of that. San Bernardino also includes San Bernardino. Riverside also includes the city of Riverside. And Orange, it also includes, no, it doesn't include anything. It's the city of Irvine and many others as well. So, yeah, I was waiting for votes where, certainly in Fresno, now at 82%. I think where the votes came from that area. And Kearney's at 76%. So we're basically done there. In terms of votes remaining. We're still waiting for the LA drop, maybe in the next half an hour. And Riverside, I don't know if we're going to have Riverside today, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I can tell you that. So yeah, still waiting in South Carolina. Taking a lot of time to count the votes. God, I don't know what's happening here. They're certainly taking a lot of time in South Carolina because we're here for already 22 minutes, and for some reason, they actually didn't count anything. Pretty sad. And yeah, we have now 16 people watching. That's fantastic, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your like down below. Leave a like in the live stream. That's really important. And yeah, that really helps. And yeah, just want to say that if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm going to be very happy to answer you about anything that you may have, because it's really the purpose of the channel to actually have a better connection in terms of me answering your questions, and also I want to hear your opinions as well. And this is the last live stream. Today I won't be here, finally. After a week of like consecutive live streams, I won't be here. I won't be here tomorrow because there's nothing to cover anymore. We have everything projected in California. I suspect we're going to have mostly of things projected in South Carolina, in Nevada, in Maine, and also in North Dakota. I'm still forgetting the name of one state every time I mention this. And now we just have results. Look at this. And Lindsey Graham was where? Okay, Lindsey Graham is at 69%, but that county is Darlington County. So you can go here, as you can see here. So I'm going to use CNN because it's much better in terms of their interface. So you can see here. So this is Darlington County. It's one of the most Republican counties. It's just outside of Columbia. If you go to the more, I would say northeastern part of South Carolina, and that's Lindsey Graham is getting 69%. So I suspect, and now we just got another county. Look at this, 68% after Lindsey Graham. So he's ahead of the 50% threshold. The problem will be the cities, Columbia, Greenville. Greenville is so important. This is Greenville County. And this is so important for any Republican to run it up the margin because this is such a big county. It's one of the largest in South Carolina. I think it's even the largest county here, and they actually need to run it up the margins there. In the Democratic side, so Andy Andrews leading with 47 and Brandon Brown getting 44%. Also, don't forget, we have like black majority counties as well here, like this one here, Orangeburg County. We're still waiting for that. And now I just got another county, Lawrence County. And look, Lindsey Graham is getting 52%, so much closer there to the 50% threshold. Otherwise, a runoff will happen in, like 2 weeks from now or so. That's why it's so important. So right now I have 3 counties in. He's at 62%. 1% of the vote is in. I don't know if these are election day or early votes. It's important to check. Actually, we don't have anything here in the state gov website, but I suspect those are election day. Early votes. And let's go here again just to check. Breakdown. Those are early votes and absentee. As you can see here in terms of the percentages, they're mostly the same, but I'm very much looking forward to the percentage in the election day vote because it's going to be one of the largest portion of votes here in South Carolina. And if those trend towards Mark Lynch, that may help him. Of course, that's zero guarantee of that happening, but it will be interesting in that regard. So right now, as you can see here, 3 counties in the governor's side. Republicans now. Pamela Abbott, the Republican endorsed by President Trump, is now at 20. She's now at 27%, and Alan Wilson is at 30%. So that's interesting in that regard. She's winning this county, which is Chesterfield County. We just got that one. Let me check here. So, okay, that went now for Lindsey Graham as well, getting now 74% in Chesterfield County. We also have a Chesterfield County in the state of Virginia, but this is not that county. As you know here, 74% for Lindsey Graham. That's really, now we just got another county, this one, Kershaw County, and Lindsey Graham is getting 69%. So we're getting some of the rural parts of South Carolina. So waiting for the black majority counties like Orangeburg County, this one as well, which is Bamberg County. So those are counties very important as well to check. And also the big ones. I mean, Columbia, also this one. This is so big. Charleston County is one of the largest, certainly one of the most important counties there. And that's why we're still waiting for that. Right now, guys, we're still waiting for votes. Let's go to the Attorney General race just to check what's happening there. I mean, certainly competitive. Secretary of State, that's uncontested, of course. Democratic, not very that competitive. It's only 13 points. And in the governor's side, Democratic side, I mean, Jermaine Johnson is winning. The Republican governor's side, Alan Wilson is still winning ahead of Pamela Abbott. And right now we have 23 people watching. That's fantastic, guys. Just want to say thank you. They're still waiting for a lot of votes. Only 1% of the vote is in the state of South Carolina, and we'll still be here for a while. Maybe I can come here to the state gov website to check if they actually have anything new. They don't. We're still waiting for that to come. And maybe we can go here to the breakdown. Yeah, I mean, you can see here 62.7 for absentee. It's a very minuscule portion of votes. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. We're still waiting for more there. Yeah, guys, for the 22 people that are watching right now, don't forget to subscribe, leave your like down below, you know, the usual stuff to do. It's so important that you do that. We're now still at 591 subscribers, only 11 likes, let's do the 15 likes. I bet you can do that. And yeah, that's really, really so important to help the channel grow even faster. And if you have any question about any race, and if you want to check any race specifically, you can also ask me, so I'm going to be very happy to show you that that race. So yeah, guys, yeah, long time now. So we have a long time left in this live stream, at least 4 more hours until we have this finished. So South Carolina is waiting for votes. I think I'm going to do a quick break. I'm going to bring more water because otherwise I'm going to be here talking for a long time and I need water to keep talking. And yeah, just in like 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, I'm going to be back. So yeah, guys, I'm back. I'm back, and we're still waiting for the same results. And yeah, South Carolina. Yeah, I was just checking if we actually had any projection, but actually we didn't, which is pretty normal. I mean, only 1% of the vote is in. Probably are waiting for Lindsey Graham to reach the 50% plus one margin, and that will still take a bit of time until we have any definition there. That's really why it comes here. Let's go to California. Yeah, we're still at the same point there. Let's go to the official website. Maybe they're still at the same point. I don't know. They're actually still at the same point, and in South Carolina is the same races. Yeah, they're actually at the same way. Now we have 16 people watching. It's smaller than we had before, but that's okay. And yeah, still waiting for votes there. Still waiting for votes. Only in the northern part of the state of South Carolina we got. So that's interesting. The northern part of the state of South Carolina now. But yeah, very, very interesting. And yeah, we got votes. No, I don't think we did. They say now updated just now, but I don't think we got votes. Maybe we can check the House races. These are just uncontested. Let's go here. So very competitive in the 5th for the Democrats right now. Mallory Dittmer is winning with 54% of the vote. And in this side, also a very competitive election. Ernest Makins is winning as well. But okay, now Eunice is winning there. Very fantastic. We're having a very competitive election. That's also very, very nice to get. And maybe we got votes here in the senatorial election. Let's go. We got that county specifically here. So we got this one, Oconee County. And Lindsey Graham is getting 54%. So from what I'm seeing right now in the race, we're seeing that the Lindsey Graham is doing poorer, not bad, but poorer in this area. So he got 52% here. And if you go to just north of it, he only got not bad, but only 54%, because only 4 points ahead of his benchmark of getting 50% plus one. But still, for an incumbent to only be getting 61% overall, that's not great at all. I mean, another incumbent that probably won't go down today, but still, Bill Cassidy in Louisiana is gone. Paxton, of course, defeated Cornyn. Cornyn is also gone. And we're seeing a lot of incumbents being defeated by other challengers. I mean, most of the other two were Trump-endorsed candidates, but this one was not, I think, because Lindsey Graham had a difficult relationship with President Trump. But now I think they're working together finally. But yeah. And we also got Fresno County in California, but it doesn't matter. Let's go to the governor side here, the Republican side. So this one went for Pamela Abbott, so the Trumpy endorsed candidate there. A lot of splits, and this won't be decided today in the governor's side. I think this will go to a runoff. I cannot project who's going to go to that runoff because Ralph Norman is still here at 18.5. This guy was endorsed by former governor Nikki Haley of South Carolina, as you know. She tried to defy Trump in the race for president in 2024. And yeah, right now, very, very interesting as well there. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the live stream. Maybe we got some problems there. I don't think we did. No, I don't think we did. So let's go here to another county that we got. This one, let's go there. So Hampton County, and this is only 4% of the county in. And as you can see, Alan Wilson is winning with 47%, but that doesn't matter. Let's go to the Senate. Lindsey Graham getting 88%. So that's interesting. I mean, very small counties for sure, and I think this is Democratic country in South Carolina. Maybe we can go here to the results, the 2024 map, because that's great just to measure in the areas. So who's doing better in the Democratic areas? Let's go to South Carolina. This is the county I'm talking about, not this one. Maybe this one or this one. Where is that, the county? What is the name of the county? It's Hampton. Hampton is, where is that? Right here. So this is Kamala territory by a very small margin, only like 6 points, but still. As you can see here, I'm still waiting for this one. He's very big and very Republican, you know, Myrtle Beach. She's very competitive, as you can see here. If you go to the northern part, Greenville, as I mentioned before, very Republican, but still very big, only more than 250,000 there. When I touch North Carolina, I don't care about North Carolina today. Columbia, of course, the biggest for the Democrats, but not the biggest county. Charleston, I think it's the biggest county. No, it's not the biggest. The biggest is Greenville, but this is very big as well. And York County, another one that's very, very big. So let's just check if we got anything new. We got this one. That's very big. And Lindsey Graham is getting 71%. So yeah, I think we're very close to project him as the winner of this race. We're still waiting for votes in Charleston, in Columbia, and in Rock Hill, and also Greenville. But this result here from that specific county, it's really, really something right now. So I know, guys, what you think about this. We're now at, 26 people. That's a new record. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down below. And yeah, I mean, 591, let's go to 592. Only 9 away now until 600. I think we can do that. And yeah, we are almost there, which is such a fantastic thing. I've been here working for a long time to get the people into this channel, and we're finally getting some viewers. And certainly I'll be very thankful to every one of my subscribers. Let's go here to the house again. This one. Okay, 9 to 8. This is not competitive. It is 9 votes to 8 votes in the 6th congressional district. Doesn't matter. Let's go to the governor's side. Not here. Certainly here. Pamela Abbott, the Republican, is winning. Why? Because of this county. So she's getting here 47%. Trumpy endorsed candidate getting 47% in Horry County. Let's go to the other races in the Democratic side. Jermaine Johnson getting above 50. That's important in the Senate. What's happening there? Also, Annie Andrews getting above 50. And here, she's getting 71. I know why the more traditional candidates are doing so much better in Horry County. Maybe because it's a city, more establishment, probably. We just got another county, or actually we didn't. Yeah, I don't think we did. Lindsey Graham at 65. That's certainly great for him. Even though he can certainly be competitive. They didn't project him the winner, even though I'm very close to do so. Let's go here to the official website. For some reason, they actually updated this thing finally. So yeah, they actually have what? Where is the Senate thing? Where is the thing, governor? U.S. Senate here. So Lindsey Graham is getting 64.46, but they actually have less votes than the CNN has. But in terms of the precincts, you can see still 0 precincts reported. If you go to the decision desk here, maybe you can have the breakdown. And yeah, maybe we have to update this to get that breakdown updated. And in terms of the early votes are 65-23, but in terms of the rest of the votes are the absentee votes are slightly more towards Graham, but it's not a very big of a difference. Election day still at 0. That's why this is so important. We're still waiting for a lot of information there, certainly. Guys, now we have 29 people watch. That's amazing. New record on this live stream. Let's go to more people. And don't forget to subscribe, leave your like down below. We're going to be here all night long. So, yeah, if you want really to have a full analysis of the elections, not only in South Carolina, but also in Maine, Nevada, and also North Dakota, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be here next week as well, and the week after that. In July, we're going to be here doing a small break from this channel because, as you know, July we won't have many primaries. Only in the last week of July we're going to have runoffs. And then August filled with primaries in Michigan, certainly competitive in the Democratic side. Also Wisconsin and many of the swing states that we didn't have so far. As you can see here in the House thing, we're still waiting for a lot of votes like Florida, Florida, Tennessee, Virginia, New York, all of the Rhode Island except for Maine, Wisconsin, Michigan, Kansas, still Missouri, Minnesota. So we're still waiting for a lot of states to report. We're like halfway in terms of the primaries so far for this year's midterms. So Lindsey Graham still waiting for votes there, and still at the same point. Still gonna be here waiting for more. We got here. I'm sorry, my pen fell out. I don't know why. So I had hoped Hilton and Bianco would have received a minimum 45% of the combined vote versus the actual 35%. I mean, that would be impossible to get 45%. That would mean like 30% for Hilton and 15% for Bianco. That is crazy. It is impossible. I don't know why do you think that, because it is really impossible. California, I mean, Trump got 38, I think, in California. There's like 0 chance of them doing better than Trump, like them combined. And that actually happened. They got so Hilton is getting 25 and Bianco is getting 10, so maybe like 35. Yeah, as he says. So I don't really know why you think that was possible, because that probably wasn't from the get-go. I don't know. Now 592 subscribers, guys. Only 8 away now until the gorgeous goal of 600, and that's really amazing. I never thought I'll be here getting the 600th subscriber until the end of June, and guess what? I'm here, and yeah, thank you guys so much. Please inform us about the Peru election. Was thinking 24 and 21. I mean, there's no chance of Hilton getting 24 and then Bianco getting 21, because the only possible situation of that happening, which means like 2 Republicans advancing, would be the case that the Democrats are so split, like getting only 10 or 9% between like 6 or 7 candidates. Let's go here to Peru elections, because your guys are very much interested on that. Let's go to the Peru elections just to check what's happening there, not as a sense of a full analysis. That's not the point of this channel, as you know. But before that, I'm just going to be here talking about what's happening in South Carolina, because we just got Charleston. Look at this, 30% of the vote in. Lindsey Graham is getting 66%. And yeah, I think we can make a projection. I think we can make a projection in South Carolina Senate race in the Republican side. Lindsey Graham will be re-elected nominee of the Republican Party for the upcoming 2026 midterms in the senatorial side. So he will be probably re-elected for Senate for another 6 years. It is a very controversial Republican, but he will still be able to win there. And that's my final projection in South Carolina. Lindsey Graham will win the nomination, getting 50% plus 1 in this primary. So he's over. In that case, he won, and that's great for him, of course. We got some votes here as well. So McCormick County. We also got McCormick in Pennsylvania senator, but this is McCormick County. And yeah, Lindsey Graham winning here by 68%. So yeah, he's been like in every county we watched, he is above the 50% threshold to win tonight. Let's go here to Peru. So this is in Peru right now. So 8,946,000 for Sanchez, and then Fujimori getting 8,903,000. So that's a difference of 43,000. The problem is, what is missing here is so important. We have 96% county. So if you go here to this county, or to this province, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. This one, we're still missing votes. So as you can see here, we're still missing 10% of the vote in this particular place, which means 6,000 votes to be added for Sanchez. And if you make your math correct, that means you can add from those 43,000, you can add up to 70,000 in terms of margin. I'm sorry, 50,000 in terms of margin. We're still missing a lot of votes here, even though it's a smaller percentage of the vote, and that is very competitive between Fujimori and Sanchez. Even though we still have a huge portion in this part, which is very pro-Sanchez. And that's also important. But guess what? I still give advantage to Fujimori. Why? Well, guess what? Where the majority vote is still left? In the extranjero. And that's the foreign vote, the overseas vote, the diaspora vote. It's so important. And guess what? Where Fujimori can actually win a lot of votes? Guess what? In the United States of America. She's getting 77% of the vote right now, with 35% of the vote in here. And as you can see here, she's waiting for more votes, and the United States could be the reason why Fujimori is winning. And she's getting, in Miami right now, in Florida, 88% of the vote. And that's really something. I mean, without the foreign vote, of course, I would give win to Sanchez. But the point is, Fujimori, daughter of former president of Peru, Fujimori as well, she's certainly on the track to win this race, at least in my view, because of the overseas vote there. So yeah, let's move to South Carolina right now. I think this was a very, I was sending you money, but I can't. Okay, that's okay. I mean, the intention is still there. But yeah, you have the link there. If you guys, anybody can want to send money, you have the link there in the description down below. Just send me a tip. It can be $1, $2, doesn't matter. But even if you don't have the possibility of sending me money, you can still subscribe. And of course, if you are commenting there, you're subscribed. I really appreciate that. So yeah, now certainly, okay, we just got this county here, Berkeley County, 65 for Graham. So Lindsey Graham is doing so much better than I thought personally. I thought he would grade like 55 or 54 or even more competitive, and he is getting 60% plus in every county, except from the counties here, but this is very small, like 52, just only 1,000 votes here as well. He's getting 52 and here 54. So in this particular region around Greenville, he's doing not so great, and maybe if my thesis is correct, Greenville itself will not be great at all. So if that happens, which is only a possibility right now, that could be interesting. But yeah, so far still waiting for that. I'm gonna do a very quick break of around 30 seconds again. I'll bring more water, and then I'll be back very, very soon. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down below, the usual stuff. Thank you guys so much for all the support. So yeah, guys, I'm back. Let me just read your comments here. So sadness. I don't know what you mean by that. Sadness to related to what? And the U.S. vote in Peru is interesting. So Florida could be the difference, just like the 2000 Bush Gore election. Yeah, it certainly can. I mean, it certainly can, because I think she's gaining right now in the U.S. like 20,000 votes delta when you compare that, and that could be really the decisive factor. Because right now when I'm doing the calculations really to the potential margin, it's giving me a lead for her of 8,000 votes. You know how competitive that is in a country like with 20 plus million votes, only 8,000 votes separating. And that's really symbolic of what represents democracy, because 8,000 people can decide for the other 9 million that voted on the opposite side. And that's really something. Right now we just got more votes in Peru, but that doesn't really matter. It is their votes not really from very important areas. And now Lindsey Graham is now 9% of the vote in at 64% of the vote. I don't know where the votes came in, to be honest. I'm just here trying to wonder. But still, I don't really know. And in the Democratic side, yeah, Annie Andrews at above, she's above 70%, she's above 50%, even larger than Graham. Let's go here to the House side. Not very competitive. This is very interesting. We're gonna have a runoff here. At least right now it seems so. Let's go here to what? Democratic side. Here, very competitive as well between Lancel LaCour and Mac Defort. Here, 6 points, very competitive. Here, 4 points, very competitive. So you have two Democratic, very competitive races in this side, and certainly another one that could be competitive. Governor side, not competitive. Republican governor side. Pamela Abbott now getting 31%. So it looks like the more establishment candidate, Ellen Wilson, is getting 35 in Charleston County, and 30% in Berkeley County. Most of the lead for Pamela Abbott is coming from Horry County because she's getting almost 50% there. Here we have a different county winning. Right now I just got this one. Cherokee County going for Ralph Norman, and also Rom Reddy winning in Spannerburg County. That's very interesting. Let's go to the Senate, what's happening there. Lindsey Graham getting only 45%. So this is my thesis is correct. Lindsey Graham is doing much poorer in this county here up to the northern part of the state, and I would suspect that he will do poor in Greenville, and that could push his percentages down to 50% to 51 or 52%. The point is, there's more votes in the southern part of the state than in the northern part of the state, at least by the same margin, because he's getting 66 or 65 or 66, and even if he gets like 45 or 46, that's not enough to change a lot the situation there. Maybe we can go to Peru just to check what's happening. So Nuevo, okay, we got another one in the, we got another one now. We got like 1,000 more, not 200 votes in the foreign vote. That's interesting. And yeah, so nothing special. I mean, not a lot of votes. It was like 200 votes, so it is not important at all. Guys, let me just read your comments, see if we actually have anything. So the New York Times has made a projection in California. Finally, the New York Times has made a projection. Look at this. Finally, we got a projection in California. Finally, the New York Times. It was not the New York Times, actually. It was the Associated Press, if I'm not mistaken. But still, we got the votes in LA. Let's check how LA mayoral election is going right now. So yeah, Nithya Raman is getting 29 and almost 30, as I said. And that was interesting. And Spencer Pryor getting 25, as I said as well yesterday. But this is so interesting. Steve Hilton is now projected by the New York Times or by Associated Press, whatever you want to say it. Finally, after voting is mandatory in Peru, I'm not so sure. Maybe that's something you're saying like as a fact. I don't really know, to be honest. But yeah, the New York Times finally made a projection. I mean, it's really something. Waiting here for so much time until we're waiting actually for the projection. By the way, 593 subscribers. That's amazing. So it is really something, your support as well. And yeah, just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. And I'm just trying here to wonder the new votes in Peru. Where did they come from? I think it was from the foreign vote. But still, I want to be sure about that and how it was a new batch of votes that came in. Because this really had, the election in Peru was on Sunday. So yeah, a lot of votes already here. And it was 65% for Fujimori in the new match and 35% for Sanchez. So great batch for her, as it was expected from the foreign vote. So this is over. South Carolina just got another county here. Look at that. And Lindsey Graham getting 80% in Marlborough County, or how you pronounce that thing. It's such a difficult county to pronounce it. So let's go here to Attorney General race. Just looking for that. So 45-30. And Stephen Goldfinch is doing much better in the urban areas. It seems so right now. So let's go to this county, for example. 67. Let's go to that county. 38 here. 38, 39, 42. So yeah, very interesting. Looks like he's probably endorsed by the more MAGA Republicans because he's doing much better in that region specifically. Very, very interesting. And now only 7 minutes away until we have the polls closing in Maine. So in this race here, Lexington County, it's basically evenly split between the three candidates. And what's happening in the senatorial election? Lindsey Graham getting 64%. So not a competition here. His lead is massive, of course. The point is, we're still waiting for the big dump in Greenville, in Columbia, in Rock Hill. Because if my thesis is also correct, he will do poorer. He will do poorer than the, of course, state average in Rock Hill as well. Let's go here to Charleston. Still at 30%. Let's go to this part here. Horry County. Still at the same point, 29% of the vote in. So certainly great. Certainly waiting for more. So I'm just going to drag California here because it's not so important. And yeah, still missing a lot of votes. Right now, in terms of turnout, it's basically what is like 20 plus 17. I don't really know. So yeah, it looks like the Democrats are evenly split with Republicans, but we have more Republican votes outstanding than Democratic votes right now. So yeah, we have 18 people watching. That's great. Of course, not amazing, but it's great. And a lot of support already here. That's fantastic as well. So we just got more votes in Peru, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just trying to check the new batch and how it was for Sanchez and Fujimori. Just here and trying to wonder. And it was great for Fujimori. She got 59% of the new batch, and she gained it over 400 votes in terms of margin. The problem is, I don't know where the votes came in, to be honest, but it was a great batch for her. And now okay. So it is still the same. So Sanchez is still leading by 42,000 votes, and it was from the it was from the overseas vote that we got right now in Peru. Certainly an interesting thing there happening. It was only 2,000 new votes. It was 1,289 for Fujimori and 892 votes for Sanchez. Okay, that was a great batch, but still, I don't know where the votes came in. Maybe I can check it right now. I mean, I don't know, guys, if you're interested in that. If you're not, please tell me, because I'm gonna be here talking about other stuff. But yeah, as soon as we have results, we're still waiting for Canada in the overseas votes. And yeah, my country, Portugal, voted for Fujimori with 67% of the votes. I mean, that was something. And yeah, very interesting there. Still waiting for a lot of votes. But yeah. Okay, let's move here to South Carolina. Still waiting for votes there. Now we have we have 20 people watching, 14 likes. That's amazing. Forget to leave a like in the live stream. That's so important. That's really, really important. We're only 7 subscribers away until the very important goal of 600 subscribers. Yesterday was an amazing day. Today I hope to be amazing as well. And yeah, that's really, I just want to say thank you for all the support. And if you want to leave me a tip, it can be any amount. I'm going to be very happy. You have the link in the description down below to leave me a tip. The PayPal link, of course. I think that's the best system possible. I don't have the YouTube AdSense activated because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. And I'm still waiting for their approval to the 500 stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really matter right now. It'll be here the same way. Even working for free, that's because this is my passion. I don't have anything to say. I will be here every election, every night, every Tuesday, specifically, talking about this. And don't forget, if you're even if you are from California, I'm sorry, not California. Even if you are from Australia, New Zealand, UK, and Canada, you can still subscribe because we're gonna have a lot of content from those countries as well, because those are English-speaking countries, and I'm gonna be here doing coverages of those countries as well. That's why, I mean, even if you're not from the US, you can still subscribe. We're gonna have content for you. And yeah, still here. Now I have 20 people watching. That's amazing. And yeah, let's move here to South Carolina. Okay, we just got 2 new counties. This county here, 79 for Lindsey Graham, getting 79% of the vote. Very small county, Lee County. And we got the other one here, I think, was Lancaster County. We also have a Lancaster County in Pennsylvania. The Americans are not very creative at giving names to counties, because you have a lot of counties that are the same name, like Lancaster County in PA. I can show you exactly where that is, because I know from by heart where that is. It's right here. I think it's here. Maybe I can go to the governor side just to click there. It's here. Exactly. Okay, I got it right. So this is Lancaster, this is York, this is Chester, then you have Delaware, Philadelphia, Montgomery, Bucks, Northampton, Lehigh, and this is Berks, and this is Lackawanna, this is Monroe, this is Luzerne. So this is just, I mean, as I said yesterday, my geography is much better in Pennsylvania. I can name like 20 counties in Pennsylvania, at least the most important ones, than it is in the state of California, as I said multiple times, because yeah, California is not a state that we talk a lot about it, and yeah, I'm not really the best person to talk about Californian geography. But yeah, when it comes to the swing states, yeah, I'm really great at that. I can tell you that. Even being humble, I really like to talk about those states. Marlborough County, Maine will be in 1 minute. 1 minute from until we have Maine results. I don't know how fast or how fast they will come. I think they'll be very slowly, I would say. But yeah, we'll be here. Marlborough County. Where is that? I don't know where is that. So please, you can tell me where is that, or maybe I can search on Google. We got this county here before. York County, very big county. And as I said, yeah, Lindsey Graham is doing poorer than his statewide average, but is getting 49% there in York County. Very important county, very big actually. And we're still waiting for Greenville. Also Columbia. Oh, we got Columbia. Look at this. Lindsey Graham is getting 65%. It's a very small county. Republican side, Democratic side have a lot of votes, and Andrews winning there as well. So what's happening in the governor race? Alan Wilson, the more Republican establishment candidate, winning there. And right now the margin, look at this. It's a dead hit. It's a dead hit between Pamela Abbott and also Alan Wilson. Even though I suspect that Pamela Abbott would do much better in the election day votes because they will benefit what? The Republicans. The more MAGA Trumpy people that will actually vote for her because she's endorsed by President Trump. Let's go here to the official website there just to check what's happening. If we have any precinct reporting right now. And we're still at 23 precincts now. 23 precincts reporting. That's amazing. Let's go here to decision desk just to check what's happening. If they actually have the breakdown. And yeah, we got some election day. So election day seems like it's doing. We cannot even compare right now because the composition is not the same. That's why it's not fair to compare. And now we just got votes in Maine. Actually, I don't know if we have votes in Maine, but we can go there. We're still at 0. But we're going to be there just in a minute as soon as we have results. And now it's 8 p.m. Eastern. Results are coming there in Maine. We have now 20 people watching. Is Nancy Mace losing? I don't know which race. Which race are you talking about? Okay, it's here. So yeah, she's losing. Getting 10%. And yeah, she will not go to the second round or to the runoff in 2 weeks from now. She will not go to that. It will be Pamela. I don't want to make a projection right now, but I'm very tempted to say that the runoff in the governor's side will be Pamela Abbott against Alan Wilson. Let's get here to CNBC. So they're still saying too early to call for some reason. I don't know. They're really so conservative at trying to call this thing. Even though, yeah, it is not really that difficult to call because I already said that. Right now we got another batch in Peru and 555 new votes. That went for Fujimori with 62% of the vote in that specific batch. But of course, more votes from the foreign areas of Peru, so from the overseas, exactly. So 61% there. We're still waiting for more than 1,000 precincts or precincts still to report, or polling stations still to report in the overseas vote. I have 21 people watching. That's amazing. 18 actually. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your like down below. We're very close to 600. I think we can do that. And as soon as we reach that, I'm gonna be very thankful. And I don't even need to ask for more because I'm already happy at 600 for tonight's live stream. So let's go here again. We just got this county here, Colleton County. I suspect it went for Pamela. Else, actually, it wasn't for her. 34 for Alan Wilson. I think this is very competitive right now. Only 2,000 votes separating both candidates, but we'll have a runoff, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, Lindsey Graham getting 60% there. Let's go to Maine. I think maybe we have results there. Actually, we don't. We're still waiting for votes in Maine. I don't know how many time that will take, but at least I'm trying to pray for not being so long and counting the votes. Let's go here to the official website here in the we're still waiting for a lot of races. This one is very interesting so far. You can see here the exact portions. Nancy LaCour is winning with 38%, and also Mac Dafford getting 29%. What are the odds doing? Because sometimes it's very important to go at the odds. Let's go here. Let's go to the South Carolina Senate. I don't think you see the odds. Actually, you see that. So we got Greenville. Look at Greenville. We got Greenville. That's amazing. We don't have it here, but we have it here. So 44% for Graham. So my thesis of him doing worse here, it is correct. But yes, it will not making it impossible for him to get over 50%, because I already projected this race. They're actually counting it fast, 40% already. That is something. So here too, so that is no new excuse there. Well, it's happening in the governor side. So Pamela Abbott is getting 83%. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. The point is, what's happening in the election day vote? Election day vote is going for Pamela Abbott with 34% of the vote. So that's what I thought it would happen, even though in the early votes it could be worse for her, because we know here, actually this is very competitive. Look at this. 4 candidates getting in the ballpark of 23% of the vote in Greenville County. Fantastic there. Not really. I don't know if we have any new comments. So Marlboro County is one of the counties pronounced Marlboro is like that. So we don't pronounce the L. It's basically what you're saying. So it's Marlboro County. Yeah, guys, please try to educate me on that, because it's a lot of counties. They have some different pronunciations, and sometimes within the words you have different words with the same characters, but you have different pronunciation. But I think you're saying Marlboro County. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now like that. And if I'm not, man, please correct me. Greenville is kind of more blue because there's more educated people there. That's true, but still it is red. Not the city itself, but the suburbs around it are quite red. You can go here. This is Greenville County. As you see here, 60% for Trump and 38% for Kamala. I would say that Kamala even won some precincts around Greenville, of course, but when it comes to the outside portion of the county, I can go there. I can go to the precinct map. I mean, we have this thing here. Let's go to South Carolina, maybe, in just a minute. This takes a bit of time, a lot of precincts. Let's go to South Carolina. And now let's go to Greenville. Greenville is right here, as you can see here. So we know the portions, the precincts here around Greenville. You have 17 points for Harris, 22 for Harris, 17, even 64. When you go to the portions outside, Trump is really getting high 70s or even 80s. That's what happens in most of the counties in America when it comes to be a suburban area getting more Republican vote, of course, than the more urban areas. That's why it happens like 99% of the time. So yeah, nothing surprising there. Right, L is silent. Yeah, sometimes you have different rules. That Burr is like the creature. And yeah, okay. New thing I learned today, so that's amazing. And yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe. We have 19 people watching. We just need half of those people to subscribe, and we can reach 600. We are almost there, and that's really the goal for this live stream, 600, as I said before. And I'm gonna be very, very happy with that result. Doesn't really matter. 16 likes now in the live stream. That's amazing as well. We just got more votes in the Peru election. I'm just trying to check whether that batch was great for Fujimori or not. Let me try here to get the new batch. So the new batch was 63% for Fujimori. That was a great batch, even though I would argue, depending on where it came from, it could be a little bit higher. And yeah, but 63 for Fujimori. She recovered another 443 votes, and now the margin is only 42,000. That's the margin right now. Let's go here to, I'm just trying here to check in Peru. It doesn't really matter for you guys. And if you don't want this, please tell me. And I'm gonna stop talking about Peru. But there are some people there. Now we can see here, we got, I don't know, we got what votes? We got 2,000 votes in the foreign part of Peru, as you can see in the foreign and overseas vote. And now as you can see here, the margin is only 42,000 votes. Here I still think we're doing the same thing. Yeah, exactly. Still missing votes here in the La Convención. And look at the margin, 80% for Sanchez. In the overseas vote, let's go here to the USA. USA is still doing the same. I mean, not great. Let me just here doing some Let me just here do some calculations. So 63 minus 34 minus, okay, that's 56,000. Yeah, I think it will be possible for Fujimori to win, but it will be very, very close. Like within, I would say, within like 8,000 or 10,000 votes, it will be very, very close. Let's go to South Carolina again. So now Ralph Norman is now actually up from 4th place now to 3rd place. What's happening in Maine? Let's check Maine, because right now already 9 minutes since polls closed there. maybe we have something there. I don't really think so, to be honest. Yeah, they projected Susan Collins because it's uncontested, you know. Yeah, they didn't project anything there. Maine takes a while. It takes a while to read everything because you have a lot of townships. Look at this. It's like, I don't know, maybe like 200 plus townships. Most of them, they're very, very small, and, you know, that's usual stuff. They're here. No, not here. I'm going to talk about the Republican side. But I already projected Lindsey Graham to win here, and also in the Democratic side for Annie Andrews to win here as well. On the governor side, Jermaine Johnson to win here. Republican side, it will be a runoff between Pamela Abbott and also Alan Wilson. That'll be the runoff here in the governor side. I'm going to risk it. I don't really care. Ralph Norman is only winning this county. I'm not this county here. Also this county here. And even though those are big counties, it will not be bigger than Charleston, for example. And Norman is only getting 10% there. We still have some ways to go. Attorney General race. This is going to be a runoff between Stephen Goldfinch and also David Stumbo. In the Democratic side, let's go here again. What's happening? Uncontested Secretary of State. Look at this. Look at this. 33% of the vote is in. Jason Belton is 50.5% against 49.5% for Edwina Winter. Very competitive race there. In the House, we certainly have competitive races. This one is one of them. In the second, the third, look at this, within a point. I'm sorry, 1.2 points there. 14 in the fifth. And we're going to have a runoff in the sixth. In the first, I'm sorry. In the Republican side, this one here, not competitive. And this one here, not competitive as well. And here, 70-30, not competitive. And this one can be certainly competitive to see who's going to be in the second round there. Let's go to the Republican side as well. Let's check what's happening in the governors, in the Democratic side, in the primary in Maine. And we're still at zero. We're still at zero there. Let's go to South Carolina again. Let's get to the Republican side. And we're still waiting for votes there. So the top selling American cigarette was named I'm going to pronounce it correctly, Marlboro. So yeah, that's interesting now. 19 likes, that's amazing. Let's go to 20. And let's go to 594. And now we're at 594. Guys, thank you guys so much for all the support. Only 6 now away until the gorgeous goal of 600 subscribers. That's amazing. Another great live stream. Already won 3 subscribers. That is great. That is really, really something. And in Peru, I think we just got no, actually we didn't got any new votes. We're still waiting for more there. And you know, this takes a lot of time, but they're counting the votes. I would assume they're doing it not so slowly when you compare to California. Let's compare to California. I saw a video on TikTok about California, like saying things that are faster than California when it comes to counting the votes. And then you got a list of a lot of things. There's a kind of like, of course, making fun of California, but I mean, it was fun. And now right now I have 20 likes, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I bet we can reach 25, maybe 30. We're still gonna be here for at least 3 more hours because Nevada is only closing in 2 hours, and I will wait for the batch. Sometimes we wait a lot of time until we have the batch in Nevada, but yeah, you know, in Portugal it's already 1 a.m. So you know, again, really hard for me being here because I woke up like I don't know 9 a.m. in Portugal. It was not so early, but it was like for you 4 a.m. and right now it's like 8 p.m. So I've been here for a while, but yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll still be here. So still waiting for votes. Also to the Secretary of State in the Democratic side because it's a very competitive election. Now they actually got closer. This is like Peru, but in South Carolina. It's mostly the same thing. I mean, very interesting there. And now 50.6 actually it increased slightly. It was 50.4. In the Senate, I think we got more results. And now I just want to test my thesis here. Let's just open now the breakdown. Look at this. 38% for Pamela Abbott in the election vote. So she's doing much better in that vote. If you go to the Lindsey Graham in the Senate, okay, Decision Desk HQ projected Lindsey Graham as the winner. I already said it like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago or more. That's why you must subscribe, because if you are subscribed, you can get much faster predictions or projections for these elections. And I never failed one in this YouTube channel so far. I mean, I projected Steve Hilton Yes, 2 days ago, and guess what? Associated Press projected today. I also projected the LA mayor election 4 days ago. And guess what? Associated Press projected yesterday or so. So you get much faster projections, and that's very important. Right now, just waiting for. Wait, is that? Let's go to your decided. Just waiting for the projection here, even though I already did that. And the breakdown. Election vote is actually coming in better for Brown, but even though it's not going to be enough. Governor here. Already checked that one, and the Democratic side is coming more the same way. Let's go here again, still waiting. And what's happening in Maine? That's very important. Let's go here to Maine. And Maine usually is one of the states that take a while at counting the votes. We're expecting 185,000 votes to come there. So yeah, and guess what? Below 50%, you have the very important thing of having the ranked choice voting. So it's actually important in that regard. So I'm more looking forward to the Maine Democratic primary. Everybody's looking forward to that. But yeah, we have to wait. We have to wait. Now, when I'm going to say the time in Portuguese, but in Portugal, but it doesn't matter. So it's already 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. Night owl, João? Yeah, I mean, certainly. But I really love doing this, so it doesn't really matter. And I'll probably just like sleep 4 hours or less than that, but it doesn't matter. I'll still be tomorrow I'll still be studying for university. Also, working on more videos, because tomorrow we're gonna have a video at 1 p.m. Eastern. As you know, for me it's 6 p.m. But it doesn't matter. And yeah, thank you guys for all support. And if you guys support me, that's already great. It doesn't really matter the rest of things. Right now, we're only 6 away until 600. The goal was 1,000 before the midterms. I think that's certainly in reach. And yeah, very happy for that. Let's go back to South Carolina. Where is that? So right now, in terms of precincts, we are already, as you can see here in the StateGov website, 122 precincts of 2,315. So that's great. In terms of the counties reporting, you can see here, partial reported. We don't have anything fully in terms of turnout. The turnout is not so great. In this county here specifically, we have 24% turnout, but that's not great as well. And here we have like 8%. So the turnout is not big, as you know. But for a primary that's not very competitive, at least in most of the sides, the top of the ticket, which is the Senate, is not competitive in both sides. So that's actually not so great. But in the governor side, this is competitive. You know, I would assume that Pamela Abbott will probably finish at 35%. When everything is said and done, I think she will be close to 35%. That's not a projection, but that's just an hypothesis I'm thinking about, because she's doing much better in the election votes, and we still have a lot of them. Maybe she can flip, I don't know, maybe not Richland, but probably Charleston. She can flip that one when everything is counted. I'm just going to take a peek at the map, and then we're going to talk about the race when we have everything fully in, because that will be interesting to check. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. We'll be here for Maine, for South Carolina, also for Nevada and North Dakota, but nobody cares about North Dakota. No offense to people that live there, but yeah, nobody cares about that. How's doing, please? That's Clyburn. Let me check where that is, to be honest. Where is that? Yeah, I don't really know. You need to tell me. Okay, Clyburn. Okay, I'm sorry. You're meaning the candidate. So that's in the. Well, let me check the race. Let me check the race specifically. Maybe you know better than me, but I'm just trying here to check the race exactly what you're talking about. So that's for state senate. Yeah, that's for state senate. So where can we check that? Maybe on decision desk. And that's for what district? Okay, it's a no, it's not state senate. It's a 6th congressional district. Let's go there. So how's? No, it's. Where is that? Where is that? I'm not really finding. Where is him? I'm not really finding that. I don't know why. For some reason. I think it's here, at least in... Yeah, it's because Everton has Trump support. Yeah, but Everton will probably win more of the votes there are Senate because those are election votes and she'll do better on those. I'm just trying to find where is... Here it says South Carolina 6, but this is the 6th congressional district. And we don't have him here. Maybe I'm doing some mistake. I'm sorry, of course the Democratic candidate. I was just... Okay, stupid. Look at this, 93%. It is not competitive, I can tell you that. 93% for Clyburn. Yeah, 36,000. Maybe Frederick Goodwin is doing better where the city is. Maybe we can check that as well. Let's go there to check. So South Carolina congressionals, where is this? Not this one here. Where is the Democratic side? Maybe we can go here. So 93, 95. Yeah, actually it was not. It's here in Hampton County that Goodwin is doing the best, getting 23%. But still, this is really bad. I mean, 40% of the vote is in, getting only 7%. So California is still counting. Oh God, look at this. They have a watch list named California's Still Counting. I think you can see that. Look at that. It's really it's really interesting there. Have also Nevada congressionals and Maine Senate. How is doing Maine Senate? Okay, we have Maine Senate finally. Oh, it's only 6 votes. Doesn't matter. And J.D. Mills getting 0 votes so far. That's the city of Frenchboro. But we actually checked that one before. And the governor side, we're seeing, for Republican side, we're getting Bobby Charles winning. And in the Maine governor side, we're getting Shanna Bellows winning as well. Yeah, it doesn't really matter so far. And Nirav Shah getting only 1 vote so far. Getting all of them are tied, but doesn't matter as well. Let's go here to the governor side. Very competitive right now. We'll go to the breakdown. Go to the percentages. Where is... Okay, Pamela Abbott is getting 35%. Even though in the early vote, yeah, she's now still trailing by 3,000 votes, but she will win. I mean, not she will win. She will advance in first place there. Let's go here again. So the governor side. Even though Pamela Abbott is... Okay, she's now at 28, but it doesn't matter. She will finish in first place with more than 30%. South Carolina for Clyburn, yeah, 6 congressional, okay, yeah, Columbia to Charleston, yeah, here, okay, Clyburn support made Biden president in 2000. Made in 2000? Oh God. That's not correct, maybe. 2000 or 2020? Well, I don't know what do... Biden president in 2000? I don't think that's correct. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but tell me more about it. So we just got more votes here in Peru. You know, I'm gonna do the new batch we got. I think it was not a lot of votes, but maybe like 2,000 votes or more or less than that. It was only 1.7 thousand. It was a great batch for Fujimori. Fujimori got 68% of the votes there, and now the lead is cut to 41,000. And yeah, we'll read your comments. Yeah, okay. 21 likes on live stream, that's amazing. 17 people were watching. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're only 6 away until we reach 600, so very close to that. And yeah, really happy with all of the support we're getting. But I think we can certainly do slightly better because we're only now 6 away until the marvelous goal of 600 now. So here, as you see, is very competitive, even though I already projected this to go between Pamela Abbott and also Alan Wilson. The Secretary of State Democratic side. Oh God, it's 1 point. 1 point. And I mean, Winter is behind, but only 1 point. Only 1 point right now, so it's very competitive. Maybe we can go here to what? To the Democratic side in Maine. What's happening there? Still nothing new there. Still waiting for votes in Maine. So let's go again to South Carolina. And let's go to the Republican side. Lindsey Graham getting 59.5. Let's go to the House side, because this one is very interesting. Okay, this is not competitive. Here is not competitive. Here is not competitive. And here, We're still waiting for the final verdict, but it's only 32% of the vote. When it comes to the Democratic side, here, certainly competitive. Here, certainly competitive. Let's check the House races, because that's also important. Let's go to the House races. So we have this one, the first one, and that's who's doing better in the election day vote is Nancy LaCour, but that's not very significant so far. And yes, you can see here, Beaufort County is going for the fourth, and we're still missing votes there. And then Charleston is evenly split, and then Berkeley is going for LaCour. In the second district, this is around Columbia. Richland is going for Robinson, and who's winning the election day vote is going more or less the same. So the Democrats' election day vote is not actually much different than the early vote. When the Republican side, it's actually different, and sometimes a lot different. In the first one, this is the one that we already saw, and this is very competitive. This is just outside of Greenville. We actually have a part of Greenville County here. And then it looks like Macon is doing better in this area. And then, of course, the more closer to Greenville, Lamarcher is winning. Right now, of course, Cauchy gives 97% chance for Eunice Lamarcher to win this, even though in election day it's closer. It's closer now. So she's only winning the election day vote by 43 votes. Very competitive there, for sure. And let's go here to Maine. Still waiting for votes. Let's go to South Carolina. And now we have 251 precincts. We're now 10% in terms of precincts. In terms of turnout, you can see here, this is the best county, getting 31% of turnout. That's amazing. I mean, not amazing. It's certainly not great at all, but better than nothing. And South Carolina here, let's go again to the governor's side, Republican side. Okay, now Pamela Abbott, close to 29%. So my thesis of her increasing as more votes are coming, that's probably correct. We're still waiting for more there. I'm sorry. 2020, yeah, 2020. 2000 it was not possible, and certainly. Head of the insurrection investigation, the one with Elise Cheney, okay, Adam, etc. Yeah, Elise Cheney is gone already. I mean, I think she lost the primary in 2022. If that's the person you're probably referring to, I think it is. And yeah, I need to do another break to bring more water, because that's really what's important here. And still nothing from Maine, which is really sad as well. But now we have 15 people watching. We just need 6 out of those. Now we have 14 actually. We got another batch, 76 votes from Peru right now. And she won 40 of them and 46 of them, and then 34 Sanchez. And our margin is 41,414. So tapping and Googling it at the same time. And yeah. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to say it again because it's so important. But most of you are probably subscribers. I can tell you that as well. But it's really important to subscribe. And I have 12 people watch. So not a lot of enthusiasm here as well. She's really sad, I would say. But yeah, not a lot of enthusiasm in this election. Maybe when we have more votes, when we have votes out of Maine, maybe this will become much better in terms of the enthusiasm and all that stuff, because I bet some Democrats are still waiting for that to come. And I'm also waiting for that to come, so... Okay, now Pamela Abbott is getting 29% of the vote. Let me just here register that, 28.8%. Yeah, she will get about 30, maybe even 35. And then Alan Wilson will probably get like 23 or 24. So here to Greenville, I just want to check something, so... 27% of the vote. So here again to what? To Maine. Still nothing there. Still nothing there. Now they're estimating 207,000. I think that's higher than they were estimating before. And let me just update this race. Okay, it's still the same thing, I think. And let me go here to what? California. Check California just for a minute. It's 88% of the vote is in. As you can see here, for some reason the New York Times is not working. I mean, it's working, but I don't want to pay for the website. As you can see here, they're now asking for me to pay for that. I don't want to pay for that. Not even 50 cents per week. They don't deserve that. And I'm sorry for that. Now Hilton was up because of Orange County. Orange County is now fully in mostly. And yeah. So this will finish mostly at that margin. So that's 200,000. I think it will probably finish slightly less, like 150. But yeah, Hilton will get almost 200,000 of margin. That was a great margin. People said, ooh, this can be competitive. It was competitive, but not as competitive as many people thought. And in terms of the votes remaining, as you can see here, Certainly, Riverside is the largest, but that will probably net out to Hilton as more votes are being counted there. And then, yeah, you cannot even compensate that. The votes are here, even though we have some bubbles. Their bubbles are not big. Like this one is 58,000. So 90% now in California. They're doing great. They're now at 90% of the vote in. So we're still missing like 1 million votes in California, but it doesn't really matter right now. And here, we have what? We have how many precincts reported? They're updating. Okay, so just say 251. I think we have more than that. But okay, it's totally okay. I don't know, guys, if you said something. How did the committee do about keeping their jobs? You need to find out how to boost your videos. I mean, I don't really know how to do that. At least I got really great videos about California. I got like one with 6,000 views or so. But I don't want to get into controversial topics or to be like doing clickbait. I don't want to be like that. I want to get like credibility about my predictions, about my projections. I don't want to be like so pro one party. Like I know there's some, and I watch, for example, Radical Politics. I really like him in a way he does the analysis. But of course he's biased. He's biased towards Republicans. Don't forget something. He said that Turner Dixon in the Michigan governor race, the Republican would win the race in 2022, and of course she lost by more than 10 points. So being biased is probably better to get people, because I can be here talking great stuff about the Democrats or the Republicans, and then of course everybody or every Democrat would probably subscribe and every Republican would probably subscribe as well. But that's not the point of this channel. And even if I get less people right now, maybe I'm building a better audience for the future. And that's really, when I do polls here, and when I do, for example, I said, who's going to control the Senate? And I did that poll in the community tab. I got like 54% chance for Republicans and 46% for Democrats. So I think that my channel is representative of how the US is voting right now. So, because I will also give that an advantage for the Republicans right now in the Senate, which is mostly in that ballpark. If you go to prediction markets like Kalshi or Polymarket, you're also getting that percentages. So, I mean, I feel great to have a different channel, like having both Democrats and also Republicans. Maybe we can do a poll right now. Are you a Democrat or Republican? Because I just want to find out. I will always do this in terms of finding the enthusiasm, but yeah, I really find this interesting. And I prefer to gain less, but to be less controversial and to try to do a great job instead of just being here saying, I could make a video like total clickbait saying the Republicans are going to win the California governor race, but that's not true. Everybody knows that that's not true, and that's not the point of this channel. And probably that I'm sacrificing a bit of growth, but maybe I'm getting more credibility, and I think that's better. So I'm gonna do the poll just to check, and maybe this will get evenly split, which is great. Democrat and Republican. So now you can vote in the poll. 21 likes, guys. Thank you guys so much. So now I did the poll. So are you Democrat or Republican? Let's go. Now we have one vote. Okay, now it's 50-50. More competitive than this, we can have that. And now, yeah, let's go. Let's check the poll, and don't forget to vote. And yeah, also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna say it again, so important, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And now we have 3 votes. I just thought Steyer isn't going in the runoff. I mean, yeah, we have different people here, because yesterday I got some people here praying for Steyer to go to the runoff, and now we have people saying that, a person saying that is actually happy that Steyer is not in the runoff. So that's why I like this variety of people, both Democrats and Republicans. And I have 3 votes in the poll, 67% say they're Republicans, so 2 people, and one person say they're a Democrat right now. So 36% of the vote in the governor side. I'm just gonna bring more water. I'm gonna be back very soon. So guys, I'm back. And now Decision Desk HQ projects that Pamela Abbott and Alan Wilson will advance to the South Carolina governor Republican primary in the runoff. And I already did that a long time ago, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago probably. And that's one of the perks of being subscribed to this channel, and also one of the advantages, I would say. So, manage you and me both. Please include independence in your poll. Yeah, maybe you said that yesterday, and yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Maybe tomorrow Tomorrow no, but next Tuesday I'll probably not miss that, and I'm sorry for that as well. But please, I mean, to get a poll, select the party they're like lean towards. For example, in my opinion, I'm more Republican than Democrat. Not this Republican Party, I can tell you, but in terms of policy, economic policy, I'm more towards the Republican Party than the Democratic Party. Even though right now, of course, I don't identify with MAGA Republicans, and that's not my opinion here. And those are different. You can be a Republican and still don't like MAGA, and I don't really like them. Not in terms of their. So are you an expat in Portugal? I'm not. I'm Portuguese. My parents are Portuguese. I'm Portuguese. I'm not an expat. I was born here. I live here, and yeah, I'm not an expat. And I have 7 people watch, so less enthusiasm for sure right now in the races. Okay, we got Maine. Oh god, this is not so great for. I mean, it depends on where the votes are coming from. Let's go to Maine. We got votes in Maine. It's so important. Let's go to Maine. Let's go to Maine now and look at that. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Is here. I don't know why it doesn't have that. Look at this. We got Maine, and Platter is winning. Of course, it makes sense, but getting 100% here, 67, 54, 54. So I mean. Yeah, he's probably going to win this. I can project that Platter will win this. But still, this is not the best, I can tell you. But certainly, I mean, this is very small. You know, the townships in Maine are very, very small. You can go here to this township, Otis, and you're only getting like not even 60 votes. Actually, it's higher than 60 votes, but it's a very small township. And you can see here, Platter's winning with 54% of the vote in. We're still waiting for more votes there. Good idea to add Indy. Yeah, I need to add independents in the next poll. Probably I will add that 30% of voters in California are independent. More than Republicans, 25%. I want party propaganda, so I register as decline to state independent. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Tomorrow I'm gonna add independent. Not tomorrow, next Tuesday, of course. I'm gonna add independents, and I'm sorry for that. Really, I forgot it as the same as yesterday. Yeah. Or maybe I can start a new poll. I will start a new poll. Doesn't matter. I'll start a new poll, so you don't have to worry about that. Only 5 votes, so I can start a new poll. Where is that? So maybe I can go here, just end that poll. Okay, now I ended the poll, and maybe I can start another one. Okay, wait a minute now. Still trying to get this thing to work. Okay, now we have a new poll. So if I were in Maine, I would vote anyone else but not Platter. Yeah, I mean, that's also a perspective that people are saying about this race. And as you see here, Platter is winning. And that's true right now. Platter is winning with 59% of the vote. You can see here the votes were coming from this township next to Bangor. Bangor is a big township. Also here you have next to Augusta, also a township you're getting. This is Burnham. Burnham, maybe it's like how you say it. 48% of the vote. So, I mean, very small townships, as you know. Maybe I'm not going to use CNN because this map is so dense, and maybe it's not great because you have a lot of townships to add there. So we have a projected winner here in CNN. And the Republican side, why didn't they project the winner in this race for Lindsey Graham? I don't really know this. They really take a while. You have on the side 29.5 for Pamela Abbott. So my thesis of her improving as more of a Southern county, that's correct. And maybe she will gain more of the counties here in South Carolina. We're still missing some like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counties. So yeah, so here to the results. We now have 368 precincts in, and in terms of counties reporting, we're still waiting for a lot of them. In turnout, this is the best one with 31%. Still, that's not great. I mean, only 31% of turnout. Of course, it's a primary. Now we just got more votes. And Platter, as you can see here, at 62%. I don't know where the town was. It was Frankfurt, and he is at 16.8 there. I think it was Frankfurt. But still, we don't have the big townships yet, and this certainly can take a while, but I do think that Platter will win. I'm still waiting for a bit more of the votes. No problem at all, João. For it's unique compared to other states. It sure is, and now we have 2 votes, and all of you are Democrats. I mean, yeah, that's okay. That's totally okay. I want to have more opinions there. And, yeah. Guys, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're now still at 594. Only 6 away. We're very close to do that. We have like 13 people watching. We just need half of those people that are watching right now to subscribe. Of course, I would assume that some of you are already subscribers. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And look at this. And now we have some news from Peru. Peru's electoral justice confirms that the scrutiny will last a month. And this is like California 2.0. But yeah, of course it's different. Peru is a much more complicated country. They have a lot of rural voters, and it's actually difficult to reach them. That's why it takes a lot of time to count the votes. But yeah, if you're watching live stream, don't forget to share the live stream to your friends. That's also great if you can do that. And just tell them to subscribe to the channel, because I think I'm doing here a pretty okay content. I think it can certainly be better than many people out there and many of the traditional media, because sometimes they say they're nonpartisan and all that stuff, but guess what, they're not, and at the end of the day they're not doing a so great job. Otherwise they wouldn't be losing so much ratings, and yeah, guess what, that's not great. Look at this. Now we got votes where, because now Platter is at 200 votes, still missing of course 207,000 votes, but yeah, still a long way to go there. 10 people watching, so less enthusiasm than before here. But yeah, if you have any question, guys, feel free to ask. Of course, you need to be subscribed to send me messages there in the live chat. But that's just it's just a way to to be better for the subscribers, because they have, of course, priority there. And in what's happening in the governor side here in Maine, because it's also important in what's happening in the governor side. Let's go there. So it's too early to call on the Republican side. Robert Charles there. It's still too early to call. And in the Democratic side, a very competitive election between, literally everybody is enriched. And let's go here to the county, or not the county, the township map. We have Jackson winning here, this county, and then the other ones, not county, township, I'm sorry, and then Shah winning the rest of. And we have some townships in Maine that they don't actually have, they don't actually have one person living there. You have here no polling places. It's really remarkable. I mean, you have that. And, okay, now we just got more votes. They still, okay, as you can see here, Pamela have it at 29.2. We just got more votes in Greenville. That's what happened. And okay, so it's okay, still there. And here, Jermaine Johnson getting 58%. She's already projected to go to the race. And also, it will be a runoff between Pam Levitt and Wilson. I already said that multiple times. But still, very interesting results here. And this is the map. Since you hear Abbott winning in this county here. Horace at 62%. 27 in Anderson. So we still expect her to flip some counties, like, for example, I would say this county, she will flip Darlington County as more votes are being counted. Maybe we can go there to Darlington County. Let's go to Darlington. Where's Darlington County? Maybe we can go here to Select County. Where's Darlington? Is here. So, where's that? Darlington County here. Maybe we can go there and just check how people are voting, to check the election they vote. If we can check that. We're half away in the precincts already. Governor, yeah, let's go to Governor, view contest detail. Here the precincts, so that's very interesting. Have the map, that's beautiful. Even though, okay, vote types, you can see here. So in terms of the election day, of course, Pamela Abbott is winning this by, actually it's not, Wilson is winning, but it's much more competitive, I suspect. Yeah, it is interesting terms of the votes. Okay, we're still missing here some precincts to report. That's interesting. We're now already, let's go here, get back again. We're already at what? 368 precincts already reported. So now Pamela Abbott is 29%, maybe because we got votes in the other parts of the state. Let's go here to Charleston. It's at what percentage? 51. Let's go to Columbia. Where is that? It's right here. 20%. So still waiting for more votes here. They'll probably net out the margin. And let's go here again to, what is this here? South Carolina, not Senate. I'll go here to the, where's that? Not congressionals, and then governor side here. So it's already projected, as you can see here in decision desk. And the breakdown, election day is going about 30 for Pamela Abbott. Maybe not, and now Pamela Abbott is favored to win with 84% of chance in the general election. And yeah, now we have 15 people watching. It's better than we had before. Certainly, guys, thank you guys so much. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. We're still 6 away until 600. Let's go. The goal is 600. I'm going to say it again. It's so important to reach that. And yeah. We're still waiting for more votes in Peru. For some reason, we're still waiting for more there. And it's actually taking a lot of time. More than I thought. And yeah, let's check Maine again. Let's check how is Planner doing in Maine. Because, yeah, what's happening there? Okay, we just got more votes. Like Maine Senate here. And Planner is doing 66% now. So that's below the 76% of votes we got in some primaries. But the votes came in from right here. In Baileyville, I think. That's the name of the township. 71% for Planner. 17% for Mills. But Mills is not doing so bad. I mean, considering the polls, 20%, of course, for the governor, it's not great at all. It's really, really bad, but still. We're still waiting for the more progressive areas. And when those areas come in, maybe Planner will go above 70. Maybe. But this is really, I don't want to go inside my opinion about this, to be honest. That's not the point of here. But Near F. Shah is still winning with 25%. That township was a tie. It was a tie between two candidates, of course. I mean, and I would say 3 candidates because that person's still getting 17 votes. Very interesting results here. Very competitive. Let's go back here. Still waiting for more. In South Carolina, nothing changed. Actually, of course it changed, but still waiting. Okay, now Pamela Abbott is up 0.2 and the same thing. So still remaining 285,000 votes there. Still waiting to be projected. So 18 people watching, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Don't forget to leave a like in the live stream. We're now at close to 25 likes. And don't forget to subscribe. We're only 6 away until 600. So is Potter not doing well? Yeah, he is doing well. Not as okay as now at 69. So he's doing great. I mean, probably he could have done better without the scandals, but still, this is great. He's gonna be the nominee. I didn't project yet because I'm still waiting for a little bit more info in the bigger townships, but of course he will do better there, at least in my opinion. Where the votes came in, I'm still trying here to figure that out. From that county, that township, no, I think we already got that one before. Baileyville still working on. Harrington. It was Harrington? Maybe it was Harrington now at 80%. So this is like a chessboard. You have a lot of townships to report. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 townships already reported. And okay, we got more votes now. And it was here in J Township, 68 for Platter. That's a big township already. Now close to 1,000 votes for him. That was a big township. But what's happening on the governor's side? Okay, now look at this. Everybody went up except from Shanna Bellows, and now Durham Shah is actually getting 26%. Maybe we can go here to the map where it's happening there. And look at this. Okay, Bellows is ahead in one township. This is Harrington, and in this township it's Jackson ahead there. And in this one is of course Shah ahead with 27%. I still give an advantage to him in that race, but it's going to be very competitive. Of course, we're going to have the ranked choice voting, so it will take a while to count everything there. In South Carolina, we just got more votes. Okay, they projected Lindsey Graham, finally. Maybe CNN as well. No, they actually didn't, for some reason. But, yeah, nothing special there. So, now we have 21 people watching. That's amazing. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down below. You know, the usual stuff. Guys, don't forget, it's really important. We're only 6 away until 600, and we're here still for a long time without earning any new subscriber, which is really, really sad. But yeah, let me just read your comments now. David Jackson, why is Mace doing so badly? Was not expecting that. Maybe we can check that just in a minute. Wait. Okay, maybe we can check that right now. So why is Mace doing so bad? So, I mean, right now you mentioned what Jackson. So, right now we have this candidates, and Jackson is getting 25%. Where he's doing great. I mean, that's a great way to pull it out. So in Durham, and also in this very small town of Baileyville. But I cannot tell you much about Maine unless we have Bangor, which is a big city. I mean, not big in comparison to LA and many other places, but in comparison to Los Angeles, in comparison to Maine standards, of course it's big. But this here, Portland, and this area here close to the ocean, and around Portland, around Lewiston and Augusta, is the biggest area in Maine, and we don't have anything there yet. That's why this is not important to take any conclusions before we see those areas coming in. Now we got 69% for Platter. So where are the votes coming in? West Paris. So this is not Paris. Paris is just below it. Now this is West Paris, and Platter is getting 73%. So yeah, he's gonna win. He's going to win the race. They say it's too early to call. I don't really agree with that. I think we can also call it for Platter. Yeah, Platter will win there. Probably not by the margin he won. Probably he wanted the higher margin even. But yeah, there we go. I'm guessing because Mace went against Trump regarding the Epstein files. Perhaps did you hear anything in that regard? Yeah, I'm not really. I don't really know about anything about that. To be honest, that's why I'm not gonna jump into that. Maybe you can try to tell me if it happened something there. But yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like down below. You know, the usual stuff. It's so important. I have 18 people watching. We just need 6 out of those 18 people to subscribe, and it's all great there. And 29.2 now. Let's go to the Secretary of State because this is very competitive. Look at this. It's 1 point. It's 2 points. Let me check here. Where is Edwin Winter doing great here in Charleston County? This part here, 41, 52. So very interesting results there. So still here, 74 there. I'm sorry. And in Greenville, we're only at 55. Here as well, 71. Here as well, we're at 42. So we're still waiting for more votes in that regard. Attorney General race and contest Republican side. You're going to have a runoff between Stephen Goldfinch and also David Stumbo there. Governor side, still waiting for votes, but we already have the projections. Babel Abbott and also Alan Wilson. We got more votes here in Maine. Now 781, where the votes came in. Okay, where the votes came in. That's a great question. I don't really know. This is so small that we don't even have notion where the votes are coming in. Now 25 for Shad, 24 for Jackson, and 21 for Pingree. And here, you see the candidates here. Surprised, but kind of do not care as long as the cities are. As bad as Platter is, the other candidates are not liked either. Yeah, I mean, that can also be true. I know Platter will win this. Mills dropped out. Mills didn't drop out. That's also not correct. I mean, Mills just suspended her campaign. She didn't drop out. That's why she said, like 2 days ago, I'm still on the ballot. You can still vote for me. And that's why, I mean, she didn't drop out, even though it was almost that. But it was not all that. Okay, still waiting for votes there. California, what's happening in California, by the way? Still waiting for votes there, certainly. Yeah, they take a lot of time. I don't care about California, to be honest. What's happening in Peru as well, just to check what's happening there. Look at the margin. It's 50.116% for Sanchez. The margin is right now 41,000 votes in the foreign vote. In the overseas vote, 34% of the vote is already in. We're still missing 200,000 there. And here we're at 94.4. Here we're at 97.7. The only regions we're still missing votes here. Maybe we can go to this region, 51.8. Here we're still missing some votes as well. No, actually we didn't. Actually we don't. Where are the votes you're still missing? Here. Yeah, here still missing votes in this area. And this will net out maybe like 200 votes for her, but it's not very significant. And here, no, maybe here. Yeah, here still waiting for votes. They'll net out for him. And here we're still waiting for votes here. They'll net out more than 1,000 for him. And here we'll get close to 1,000 as well. So yeah, still waiting for votes in Peru. Certainly a very interesting race there. Let's go here to, now we're at 661 precincts already in. very interesting. In terms of turnout is close to 30% overall. I think it'll be close to that. And now in Maine, what's happening in Maine? We got another township here. It leads now 77 for Planner. So Planner is above 70 right now. And we're close to 1% of the vote in. Not competitive at all. And this is Millsville's Maine's governor who had a run in with Trump. Yeah, and she used that in her campaign, even though it was not enough for her to win. It was beautiful weather today here in Oracle. Yeah, that's fantastic. Here in Portugal, we also have great weather today. And yeah, a lot of wind though, but it was great nonetheless. But yeah, guys, still waiting for the new subscriber. Where are you guys? Still waiting for that. Still at 594. I don't know where are you guys. Maybe you can subscribe. It's very easy. And yeah, I really think we can achieve today the 600 subscribers. I think we can do that, certainly. And yeah, just check here something. 11 people not watching. I know not a lot of enthusiasm today. We had more people. Now we have 595 guys. That's amazing. Thank you for the new subscriber. I'm really thankful to you. It's really amazing. Only now 5 away until 600. That's amazing. Amazing. Really amazing, guys. And Collins should beat Planner regardless. I don't think so, to be honest. I think Planner will win. Not a very big margin, I would say, like 2 points or 3 points. But I think Planner will win. And because, I mean, the Democrats will get a swing like nationwide of 10 points at least. And because it was R+3 in the generic ballot, and I'm predicting it will be D+7 at least. So yeah, I think it will be enough for Platter to win, even though he could underperform Democratic expectations there. What's happening in the House in Maine? That's also important. Let's go to the House, and let's go to Maine, because I want to just check what's happening there. So we have 2 people running. Here it's uncontested, and here is a very competitive race. Joshua Petrovic's and Ronald Russell here. And if you go to the Democratic side, this one is uncontested, this one is very competitive as well. So we have like 2 very competitive races. That's interesting. Let's go here. And this one in the second might win the Democratic side, even though Trump won that district by a substantial margin. Let's go here to the governor side. Let's go to the Republican side. 29 for Abbott, 26 for Wilson, and now 27 still in Richland. What's happening in Charleston? We're now at 51 still. What's happening in Greenville? Still at 41. So, I mean, I don't know. And Pamela is still not doing that great. I thought she would be much better right now, but she's not actually. Let me just update this to check how she's doing in the election day vote. Now we got more votes in California. We're now 91% of the vote in. That's something as well. Now it went down and Santa Clara County is finished. So yeah, probably it was that we got. And yeah, Collins, I already read that comment, so it doesn't matter. In Peru, we're still waiting for more votes, still waiting for more. Nothing new there as well. 14 people. Don't forget to share the live stream with your friends. We got more votes here in California as well. Went up for Hilton. Where the votes came in? Okay, well, it came in from Riverside County. That's interesting. And it looks like Bianco will win 2 counties when everything is said and done. Maybe Becerra will surpass him. Yeah, I think Becerra will win Riverside as well. In San Diego, we're still waiting for that to come. Maybe. Where's that? Yeah, and San Mateo, 1.2 now in smaller city and suburbs. Let's check here. Fresno at 82, Kern at 94. We got more in Kern as well. In terms of the votes remaining, you can see here, not a lot of them for sure. And still now, LA only 33,000, so very, very small portion number now. 91% of the vote is in California. In Maine, we're still waiting for more. South Carolina, okay, they finally projected Pamela Abbott to advance the runoff, and I also projected Alan Wilson, and Decision Desk HQ already did that as well. Now it's 744 precincts in South Carolina, and here, okay, we just got many more votes, but for an incumbent to only be getting 58% of the vote, that's not really that beautiful, I would say. May I subscribe twice? That would be awesome, but yeah, you really can't do that. But that would be something. And yeah, here, yeah, but Grammy's winning every county. Probably he will win every county, but the fact that he's not doing that great. What's happening in the election vote in Greenville? I'm really looking forward to that. Let's go here. So county's reporting. Where is Greenville? Greenville, where is Greenville? So we have some counties already finished. That's great. Where is Greenville? Greenville here. So maybe we can go there, just check how is the election vote reporting. Maybe he can lose a county. One of them can be Greenville. And Greenville is big. We're still waiting for a lot of precincts to report. So yeah, I'm sorry. Let's go here, view contest detail. And I have a lot of precincts. Look at this. Mark Lynch is winning some of the precincts in the more suburban areas. That's interesting as well. Vote type. So in terms of election vote, Mark Lynch is winning against Lindsey Graham. So he's winning right now 100 votes. Now 200 votes. So 200 votes is probably like 500 votes or 600 votes. Is that enough to flip Greenville? Here? Maybe he can win Greenville, Mark Lynch. And if that happens, it's going to be a blowout. I mean, for an incumbent to lose a single county, it's bad. I mean, that's really bad for an incumbent to lose counties. And he can lose that. Maybe also Spartanburg County, and that's the only counties he can lose, I mean, to be honest. But he can lose 2 counties, and that's bad. That's really bad. But let's go to the Secretary of State Democratic side here. Okay, 51-49 now. Still very competitive. I cannot project that yet. Maybe you can go here to the main side. It's still nothing new. You just got more votes here and here now. I know if you guys said anything, agree with David Collins is better than Platter. I mean, that can be your opinion, but still, I don't think that's possible in the sense that Platter will still win regardless of the candidate, to be honest. It's a democratic environment. It's D+10, like overall, nationwide. So it's not easy to overcome that, even if you have a bad candidate. Like we saw that for example, in what? Let me just think about. For example, in 2024, we saw Ted Cruz winning against, of course, Colin Allred in Texas, and nobody likes him. Nobody likes Ted Cruz at all, even the Republican Party, and they're spending like millions there to keep him in the Senate, even though that shouldn't be necessary in a state like Texas. But Trump won like by 14 or 15 or even higher than that, and then he only won like by 8 or so. So he underperformed, but even in the Democratic and Republican environment was 2024, he did great. He did at least enough to win by a substantial margin. I think Platter will not win by 8, but maybe in the ballpark of 2-3 points, that'll probably happen there. State Attorney General, still the Republican side, still waiting for the same thing there. Governor now, still waiting for more. Pamela is still leading with 29%. Let's go to the Senate now. And as you can see here, still waiting for same thing, but yeah, nothing new there. Just waiting for more votes in those 2 areas, nothing new. We're now at 744 precincts already in, which is very great as well. Now we got more votes for Platter, where the votes came in. It was from Parsonsfield, and now 72% for him here. That's closer to that Jones part as well. Platter getting 79%. I'm sorry. And right now Jay as well, we got that one before. Yeah, nothing new yet. Okay, now we got this county as well. 60% for Lindsey Graham. But yeah, but Lindsey Graham will probably finish at 57 or even less than that. Not great for an incumbent, certainly. Yes, same here. She kind of, I'm sorry, I'm going to leave it. It's kind of blurry. Rumor has it, the GOP has a lot more dirt on Platter. Not a Collins fan per se, but she is a long timer. Yeah. And she has a lot of strength in that regard, being an incumbent. She casts like, what, 10,000 votes consecutively in the Senate. And that's really something. And that's the first person that did that. And yeah, but incumbency is not everything. Even though it can be something, the Republicans will spend millions there. But they have other states to worry about. I mean, Texas, because guess what? The Republicans thought Paxton was a better idea. Right now they have to pour more millions there in order to guarantee a Paxton win. She's not really very, very smart when you consider electorally speaking. Yes, I mean, she got independent, okay. I'm sorry of overperforming by a lot. That is true, but I mean, remember, Trump lost Maine, so that's also included already. Even if she is competitive, she will be more competitive than Trump, I would say so. Guys, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, leave a like down below. We're still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for the 5 new subscribers I need until 600. Very close to that. And yeah, I think it's certainly possible to reach that today. That was the goal. And yeah. Still 744. We just got more votes now. And Pamela Abbott was up 0.1. How he's doing? Ralph Norman is only getting 17. And I mean, not great for the other ones. Switch here to South Carolina this one. Still waiting for more votes in the same counties. In Maine, we just got more votes now. Yeah, exactly. 71 now. 71-4. And Platter is actually tied with Mills in Dubois, or Dubois. I mean, if this is pronounced like a French town, it will be Dubois. But if it is like, I don't know, maybe you can try to elucidate me about this county. But yeah, township, not county. Sorry for that. And yeah, what happened here? I don't know what happened, to be honest. Here in the governor's election, look at this. 27, 23, 21, 17.9, 10.8. It's crazy. But it's important in terms of ranked choice voting because this can change. This can change, certainly. Okay, more than 200 million later, Tom Steyer's second bid for elected office is done. I mean, it was done from the get-go, in my opinion, because Katie Porter and many other Democratic people that are progressive, they were in the ballot. They shouldn't be, if, of course, for Steyer to have a chance. Look at this. Why is Katie Porter getting 4.4% of the vote? Because she was never going to win this, and she was not stealing, of course, the bad way, but she was getting some of the votes that could go for Steyer if she wasn't on the ballot. Same thing from Matt Mahan, but Katie Porter is really unbelievable. You can go here. I mean, 8.4 in San Francisco. That may help and maybe just enough for him to win. Look at this right now. Pamela Abbott and Alan Wilson projected in CNN. So finally. I also think Maine has independent conservative voters. She may retire within the next 6 years. Yes, she's a rhino. I mean, the problem is, even if she may be a rhino, she is the person that has been winning in Maine consecutively. And that's, of course, great for the Republicans. It's better to have a rhino than a Democrat. You probably want to say that. And yeah, I'm going to bring more water. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your like down below. It's very important that you do that. And I'm going to be back very, very soon. So guys, I'm back. And now, yeah, polls closed 10 minutes ago in North Dakota, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we can go there. Because in Nevada, I think they will close in just, what, 1 hour? I think it is like that. Let's go there. Just check. Where is Nevada? I'm not finding Nevada. Of course, I'm not finding because they don't have the Senate this year. I think it's exactly, it's 1 hour. And you know, Nevada is a mess at counting the votes. They probably will release like 50% of the vote, and then the rest is it probably will be like the day after today and in the rest of the day. So we already have 3% in North Dakota, and incumbent is getting 78%. So it is gone. Of course, she's gonna win. Nothing special there happening. So I'm not gonna even talk about this a lot. It doesn't really matter. Let's go to Maine again. Maine now, very competitive in the governor's side. In the senatorial election, as you can see here, Planner is getting 74, so the impact is not there. Of course, so waiting for more votes there. What's happening in this county? Why is this not county? I mean, this is okay. This is a lake probably. Yeah, forget about it. I thought it was a township, but it's not. So yeah, nothing new there. So waiting for more townships to report. But Planner is doing so well in these townships in the more rural parts of the state, so he will do much better in the urban areas. I think he can get 80% when everything is said and done. Maybe. I'm not even lying about that. I really think it's possible. Now we have 1,119 precincts. That's amazing. And let's go to the Senate and look at this. Still waiting for votes in both. But no, Lindsey Graham now almost losing here, Spanberg County. Right now, only basically 50 votes separating both. But it's going to be very competitive. Right now, still waiting in Peru for more votes. And yeah, Porter got 15% in the previous Senate race. She hurt herself with a bad personality. You make lesser races interesting. I mean, what are you referring to? I mean, Maine is certainly interesting, and it's not a lesser race, I would say. And also South Carolina. Thoughts on the potential DOJ charges for the corruption coming from Becerra? Would that help Hilton? I mean, even if it does help Hilton, it will probably not help enough for him to win the state. I mean, you need a miracle. The Republicans need a miracle in California to win the state of California. You really need a huge turnout from independents, from Republicans, like a turnout in droves. And that probably won't happen because guess what? This is a Democratic year. Some people try to forget, but this is a Democratic year. And now Tom Steyer, by the way, it's important. Tom Steyer considers a race for California governor. And he said, I'm going to quote, "It would be a travesty for Steve Hilton to win the governorship, and Californians must unite behind Javier Becerra to ensure he does not." I mean, it's impossible for Steve Hilton to win, so, I mean, it's crazy, but this was just a message to announce his support towards Javier Becerra, Democrat, and, yeah, certainly an interesting quote. What it was expected, but yeah, nothing special there, and, yeah, but it is great. A billionaire that... And this is my opinion, by the way, but a billionaire like Tom Steyer sending a lot of messages related to let's redistribute wealth, let's, because of the inequality so high and all that stuff. But guess what? He spent $200 million trying to get elected, and where he could be spending that money helping the needy and maybe donating some money. And guess what? He didn't do that, and I think that's a bit of not really following what he's saying, and that's really sad. But okay, perhaps Becerra may get hurt from the embezzlement of his campaign funds. Yeah, maybe, but that won't happen. That won't change the outcome, and I still think give a huge advantage actually to Becerra in the general, who say like 95% chance for him to win. And I'm not even joking about that. So maybe we can go here to South Carolina. Okay, the counties are still the same in terms of color. Let's go to Nevada. Okay, of course, nothing in Nevada. 4.8 now in North Dakota. Maine for Senate now 73.5 for Planner. And here still the same. And South Carolina, okay, now 58.3 now. Actually went down a bit. And the margin will continue to go down because it seems that Mark Lynch is doing better in the election day vote. So maybe Graham will finish at 57 or 56. We're still waiting for 212,000 in the Republican side, I'm sorry. In terms of turnout, turnout is still the same. Here we have 36, 31, 32. It's mostly the same turnout. In Peru, we're still at the same point. It's so nice, and I want to just say something about this. It's so nice that we actually have a so competitive election that they need to add not only the decimals but also the centesimals and the millennials here, in terms of they need to add the 1 and the 1 and the 6 because this is so competitive that that can actually change. Otherwise, if you round up to only to 50, and actually we're now up to 50-50, and that's not 50-50 right now. You have a 41,000 votes lead for Sanchez there, which is not so big considering the size of the country. Now we just got more votes. Where the votes came in, it was from Cornish, Hiram, and it was from those two places, I think. It was to those two townships. And it's here 73% for Planner still. And yeah, I mean, if we have Democrats there in the live stream, I bet we have some of them. Why are you still voting for Planner instead of voting for Mills because of all the allegations against Planner? Why you're voting for him? Because I mean, you have Mills, and Mills was a incumbent, was a former governor, and of course she faced Donald Trump there in that dinner with the governors in the White House. And I mean, why aren't you voting for her instead of voting for Planner? I mean, with all the scandals behind him. And yeah, I mean, that's just a question I'm asking a lot, actually. And now, yeah. So we have here new 20 Republicans joined Democrats to pass labor contracts bills opposed by GOP leadership. That's interesting. I mean, nothing important, at least for me. And now you have 5.8% in North Dakota. The margin actually going down. It's only now 50 points, but still. Yeah, now still Pamela Abbott getting 29. Still waiting for that to come here in terms of the precincts. 1,184. What's happening in the Maine governor race now? Dhirav Shah is getting 27. Maybe we can go here to the exact map just to compare the margins. Almost 40, more than 40% in Cornish. That's big. And yeah, we don't have a major city. That's why I'm still... I cannot make a projection here in Maine governor. This will take a while. It's very competitive. Guys, if you want to have a specific topic in tomorrow's video about any race specifically, you can tell me there in the live chat, and I'm going to be very happy to do it tomorrow. And I'll continue saying again, it's so important that you subscribe to the channel because, I mean, guess what? We're here for already 2 hours, I think. Yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes already. And I'm going to still be here for at least 1 hour. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, really, to show your support. It really helps. And the goal was 600, and we are very close. We're very close to the 600 mark. I saw some guys on Twitter saying right now, Lindsey Graham nearly losing the most populated county in South Carolina. Yeah, but he will lose that county. I mean, Greenville County. He'll lose that county. At least that's my projection. And also the county around next to it. I already showed that shown that county before. And yeah, and now Andy Andrews has won the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate, but that doesn't surprise anybody. And yeah, now you have Collins Rhino. This is her last time. Ray Becerra will win, and Benicium 2.0 only weaker because he's not high energy. I also have a thesis for Becerra in California. Imagine something. Imagine Becerra gets recalled like next year, and then Tom Sawyer wins the governorship. Imagine that. Just imagine that. That would be something. That would be the one of the best the best comebacks possible, I would say. Of course, that is very unlikely, I would say, but still, I'm sorry. Yeah, now 73% for Platter, and we're still waiting for the votes in the more populous, most populous areas here. Now in the tier, Shah was up 0.2, but nothing special. South Carolina still the same thing. In the governorship, okay, she was up 0.2 actually. That's big. And Greenville is still the same. And Spatterburg is still very close to flip, even though they're still waiting for that. Guys, don't really forget to subscribe to the channel. It's so important. We're still 5 subscribers away. And yeah, please help me. It's so important to reach the 600 subscribers tonight. And here, yeah, Julia Fedoruk is still getting 75%, so nothing important there. Just got more votes now. And we have 1,251 precincts, only 1,000 precincts left here in South Carolina. yeah, still waiting for more. 40 minutes now in Nevada until polls close there. After winning, it would be great for Collins to resign, but I don't know how a replacement would work out. I mean, maybe the governor would appoint somebody and then we would have a special election. That's not very smart, actually, because the only person that can win the race in Maine as a Republican is Collins. Even if you don't agree with her, like most of the time, you need to acknowledge that. She's the only person capable of winning in Maine as a Republican. With the Scottish rolling before November, could we see California House wins, particularly for Valeda? I'm not so sure about that. I need to deep further to research deep further there. I'm not really sure about that, but that's going to be a very competitive district. That's I'm not really sure about the 22nd district, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be very competitive, certainly. Maybe it will not be enough, but yeah, it's going to be very, very competitive. So yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to say it again because it's so important. We're still standing at the same number for almost 30 minutes. And it's really important that you subscribe, that you help the channel, and yeah, it's so important. Maybe I can just hear something. Wait a minute, I'm just trying here to understand where still the votes, or when we get the final votes in Maine, because this is really taking a lot of time. I don't know what's happening there. And yeah, I'm back again. What about the GOP Maine House representative keep running for Senate? I mean, we don't have any GOP Maine House representative right now. We have 2 Democrats. Even in the 2nd district, we have a Democrat. If I'm not mistaken, of course. Does the Maine governor pick a senator replacement would need to be a GOP governor? Of course, I think the Democrats will probably win the governorship in Maine as well. But yeah, I think the governor nominates somebody and then we would have a special election. That's what happens in the rest of the states, so maybe it's the same in Maine. And I can tell you that would go for a Democrat if that happens, because the only person capable of winning is Collins in Maine. And that's the way it is. Okay, we have here a county for Pingree. Not a county, a township. Alcis, 22 votes for her. And yeah, but we're still waiting for Augusta. We're still waiting for this county, for these townships here around Lewiston and Augusta and Portland. This is where it matters the most. Let's go to North Dakota now. 8.6% of the vote in, and she's actually going down more. Now at 74%. That's interesting. In Maine, oh god, look at this, 7.6%. So we just got a big dump, and Platter is now at 75%. So maybe that was what? That was Portland. Look at this, 76%. As I said, better than the statewide average. Look at it, 76% in Portland, and Platter is doing 76 and is doing very well, 82% in already. And Platter wins the Maine primary, as it was expected. So nothing unexpected there. A guy that has a lot of controversies behind him, a lot of scandals, a lot of things that he still needs to answer, but he is gonna win there, and that's really what it matters here. So 7.8% in Maine, and Platter will win the race there. Guys, we have 14 people watching. We just need 5 out of those 14 to subscribe. Really, guys, subscribe to the channel. Now let's reach 30 likes. We're at 25 right now, so very close to that. Let's go here to the Maine governor side, because right now we just got Portland, even though it doesn't appear for some reason. Now we got Noblesboro, and it's coming for Pingree as well. I don't know, Pingree keeps winning some townships for some reason. Let's go to South Dakota now. I'm sorry. We're waiting for this thing to update. For some reason it didn't actually. Here the governor's side. Yeah, still the same thing, but we're still missing close to 200,000 votes in both sides. Still missing now 1.4 thousand precincts already in, as you can see here. And that's already, as you can see here, in terms of the counties reporting, we have some counties already finished. The ones are in green, and the ones in black are in gray, I'm sorry. We don't have results yet. Let's go to the Secretary of State Democratic side. Very competitive. It's 50.9 to 49.1. This is what matters for Winter if she wins this thing, even though it's very... And also here in Greenville, she needs this votes to come in pretty fast. What's happening here in Columbia? 42% and still more votes there. Not great. Very competitive for sure there. Also here to the governor's side. Portland, look at this. Jackson wins there with 29%, so this helps him a lot. Pingree in second. And Sha, that was leading the count, is only at 18. So right now the lead is completely different. Look at this. Jackson is now ahead with 29%. 23 for Pingree. 22 for Bellows. 20 for Sha, that was leading this over the whole course of the night because he's winning most of the rural counties. Sorry, townships. But we're still waiting for more of them to come. Here now, Platter still at 75. North Dakota, 9% of the vote in now. And in South Carolina, we're still waiting for more votes. Nevada in 34 minutes. What's happening here? Let's see. I just want to do something here. So, did CNN project Platter? Yes, they did project Platter right now. You can see here Portland. That's such a beautiful township. Here's the most populous in Maine. And Platter is getting 76%. So, not even a competition there. They already projected most of the races, you can see here, in terms of the most important ones. And now, yeah, we have like 10 people watching. Not a lot of enthusiasm. It could have been better. It could have been better. I can tell you that. So it's the way it is. The way it is that sometimes we have bad live streams, and this was not a so great one. The peak was 32 people at the same time. Right now we're like low double digits. I'm sorry. So yeah, not really a lot of enthusiasm here for this race. I have 9 people watching now. But still, we have some races still to be defined, especially the Maine governor. So here's Senate and Republican side. Okay, finally, Mark Lynch is now ahead in one county. One county for Mark Lynch right now by 400 votes, 77% of the vote in. So the margin still should expand. Here in Greenville, we're still waiting for this one to flip, but it's very competitive. We're still waiting for more votes there. That's the first one to flip, and that's probably the last one to flip as well. I'm sorry. So that one is it. I'm sorry, here. So let us another color in the map. That's fantastic to have. And now still expecting 174,000 in the governor's side, 29.4. Here in the Maine Senate, nothing different. North Dakota now still 9%. And in South Carolina, 1.4K precincts in. They have most of the things already projected there. 13 people again. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your like down below. It's so important to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, Bernie Sanders endorsed in Platter. This is another win for Bernie Sanders as well. Here. We got some polls saying Nancy Mace ahead in South Carolina. Now she's only getting 10% because of the Trump endorsement. That's what is so powerful to get President Trump's endorsement. Maybe he can move the needle to any of the candidates. That's why it's really so important. I don't think we're gonna get more of Peru tonight. It's really not really great. But I think we'll have more of Peru tonight. Now we have 12 votes in the poll. 58% say they're Democrats, 17% say they're Republicans, and then 25% say they are independents. So that's great. Great to have you here, guys. No matter your party affiliation, I don't really care about that. And it's great. Okay, now in South Carolina, we got more votes. Maybe here as well, but we're just waiting for this one to flip. In Maine, we got more votes as well. But yeah, nothing special. This guy is getting a right team with only 14 votes. Andrea Laflamme not really getting a lot of votes there. And here, on the governor side, still very competitive. In Nevada, 30 minutes. North Dakota now 9.4%. Now 1.4K in terms of polling stations reported. Yeah, actually, it's something in that ballpark. I have 14 people watching. It's amazing. If you get subscribed to the channel, I'll say it again. So important. Yeah, but I really think it's not possible to reach 600. We're now 595, but still. It could have been better. It could have been better, for sure. We got today a poll in Texas from Siena College showing Tellurico +3 and Abbott +5. I'm sorry, but they actually updated their poll, so we actually got new numbers. So it's a dead hit between Pax and Tellurico, and Abbott is leading by 6 points against Hinojosa, or how you pronounce her name. It's really hard to say. So now we got a message from Kamala Harris. I'm going to quote the message. So congratulations to Javier Becerra. I'm excited to offer him all the support I can as he sets out to become our state's next governor. This race has featured this large field of many strong candidates, and I am confident that our party will now unite behind Javier and his calm, steady brand of leadership. And then, of course, he now congratulates and she compliments more out of Javier Becerra. But I'm not going to read the rest of things because it doesn't really matter there. And yeah, but Javier Becerra probably win that by at least 40. By at least I don't know 20 points. And now we got a message from Graham Platter. I'm humbled and proud to officially be your Democratic nominee for the U.S. Senate to take on Susan Collins and the billionaire class she represents. Together, we will win the seat back for working Mainers. Thank you, Maine. So this is the message. I quoted everything from Graham Platter on Twitter, on X, whenever you want to say it. That's the message from him there. Yeah, very important as well. What is very important as well is also to subscribe. Now I got more votes here. So yeah, when it comes to this race here in South Carolina, I could already finish the live stream because I already projected everything, I think, except from that race. Where is that? I think it is in the Attorney General also. No, it's not. It's Secretary of State. I'm sorry. Very competitive still. So this one is the one that's still very competitive, and we're going to be here waiting until everything is counted, because look at this. This is so competitive right now. Only 4,000 votes, and we're still expecting 137,000 to come. So where are the votes still coming from? So we have the votes here in the maybe we can go to the decision desk because they have the bubbles. I think it's better to check where the votes are still remaining. We can go here to home. We can go here to South Carolina. Where is that? South Carolina Secretary of State. Okay, it's here. They don't have a winner. This should actually didn't project any winner. In terms of the remaining votes, look at this. We have a lot of votes in Columbia, and I mean, if you don't know this, the color of the circle is who's leading right now, and the size of the circle is who and how many votes are still outstanding. So as you see here, Columbia is the largest one, still expecting Fort Belton. But yes, there's some bubbles as well, blue bubbles for winter in like Greenville, Rock Hill, also Charleston here as well, winning by 16. So we're still waiting. Guess what? Look at this in the breakdown. So the election day is being even more competitive, 50.3, 49.7. When it comes to the total breakdown, is actually 50.75, 49.25. It's very, very competitive. We're going to be here until this is finished in South Carolina. It's such a competitive race. Now we only have 7 people watching. It's really sad. I mean, not a lot of enthusiasm here. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening here. Not a lot of enthusiasm. That's really, really sad. But that's the way it is. It's the way it is. I'm going to still be here until we have a final decision in that race. But don't forget to subscribe. It's really important. I mean, you know the usual stuff, but it's really, really important. And now we're back at 9 people at the same time, which is great. So waiting for more. We just got more votes here, nothing special there. We got also votes where Maine. We got a lot of votes in Maine now. 10% of the vote is in. And where the votes came in, that's very important, maybe. This is a big county. No, we all already checked that one before. It was not in Portland. It was not in Portland. That's important as well, but I don't know. Let's go here to the governor race. So Jackson, this is so competitive. And don't forget, ranked choice voting in Maine, so it can change. It can change for sure. Right now in Peru, we're still at the same point, so nothing changed there. And probably won't change because we're still... Probably they finished for today, and then we'll be back tomorrow with more votes there. Of course, I won't be here talking about Peru, only next Tuesday if we're still counting votes. And now, yeah. Platter hitting 76% in Portland, Rajasthan in the state. I mean, but it's so... I'm going to say my opinion. I don't care, to be honest. This is just my opinion, guys. Remember, don't take this as a fact. It's not a fact. It's just my own opinion. I want to make sure that you understand that when I'm talking, usually I'm talking as a fact or as something that's an analysis, that's an unbiased thing. But this is not. This is just my opinion. I really think it's disgraceful for somebody like Graham Platter to be winning the primary today. And that's just my opinion. I mean, Democrats had the option of voting for Mills. Maybe she was not perfect. Maybe she was not inside the progressive movement of the Democratic Party. But considering all the scandals inside Platter, I really think that's not the best option possible. And yeah, forgive me for this part, but it's just my own opinion. I mean, they should have better options. And I don't think Platter is the best option here, to be honest. Of course, it won't be over. I still think Platter wins, but it could have been better for the Democrats there. And yes, they sure had better options. Maybe it wasn't Mills, but Mills was certainly an option. I would say better than Platter, at least according to all the scandals we got and all the allegations, all the bad stuff it came out, and Democrats still voting by such an overwhelmingly margin for Platter, 74% right now. That really tells me a lot, and that's probably in our society, at least in my opinion. This is just my opinion, guys. That I mean, voting for a guy, even if it's probably not proved, and of course it's not proved, it's only an allegation, but still, getting 74% of the vote, that's really something. Look at this. And here the incumbent in North Dakota, now with 16% of the vote in, getting 73% of the vote, so she continues losing percentage for some reason. Of course, she's already projected to win, but still. And we got more votes in South Carolina. So look at this. Now 50.6, 49.4. This is becoming even closer. We got Greenville, by the way. And now maybe it flipped in the Republican race here for Senate. Maybe we can go there. So like this. It flipped. Look at this. Mark Lynch now ahead of Lindsey Graham. And percentage-wise, he's now at 57.6. So exactly. Secretary of State, Democrats. That's very important for her. So missing more votes there in terms of the bubble. You can see here now the bubble is smaller there. We also got votes in Colombia, I think, or maybe we didn't. I'm sorry, I'm just messing things up. But in terms of the breakdown, in terms of the election day votes, maybe we need to update this in order to update that. And where is that? 50.1, 49.9. So it's very competitive election day vote. It's only the margins, only as you can see here. Not even it's actually more than 400 votes, not even 500 votes. It's very competitive. It's going to go down to the wire. The problem is, I still think there's more votes outstanding for... the problem is the margin. So here 7.6, not 2.8, so 5.5, 22.5. So here there's a lot of votes, but still 9.9 in Richland, 15.8 here, 6.8. So the margin is not very big for Winter. Winter really needs to expand the margin, otherwise it'll be very, very hard. Let's go to Greenville. I want to check something in Greenville. What's that? Counties reporting. So now we're at 1.6k precincts. Let's check a county just, for example, big county, the ones that are already finished. So Georgetown, which one is the biggest? I don't really know here. So Georgetown is not so small. Let's go to Georgetown. Where is that? Georgetown. Okay, it's here because the county is already finished. Every precinct, every mail-in vote. And every early in person as well. So let's go here to the Secretary of State. Where is that? Secretary of State. Here. In terms of the votes type. So this is very important. So in terms of the percentage Jason Belton got in the early vote, She got what? That's very important. She got 55% in terms of the election day vote. She got 59%. So actually, Jason Belton did better in that. That's not great news for her. Let's go to Richland, or I'm sorry, Greenville. Where is Greenville? Where is Greenville? It's here. So because Greenville already has a huge portion of the votes already in. We're still missing like what, 30 precincts, maybe more. Yeah, maybe more than that. Where's Secretary of State? Is here, and yes. So right now let's go to the vote types. In terms of the early voting, she got 52.3. In terms of the election day voting, she's getting right now 55.7. So it's weird. We have different results. I mean, I don't have here a tendency. And which of the votes are still remain? Which of the precincts are still reported? That's the problem here as well. I don't really know. I have a lot of precincts still to report, but I don't know which ones. But yeah, still only 50% of precincts still to go here. We got more votes now. How it shaped the race? Okay, nothing changed, barely. In terms of the bubbles, it's still the same, mostly. We got less votes here in Fairfield, that's for Belton, so the margin increased again. I have 12 people watching. Sorry, but the stream is blurry and pausing. Let me check that. Maybe we have a problem with the internet. I'm using mobile data. Let's go here. Wait a minute. Let me check here on my phone if actually it is like that. What do you mean by that? Buffering is not helping your channel. Sorry. What do you mean by that? I'm checking here on my phone and it's okay. I mean, it's not blurry, at least right now. Maybe it was before. Because right now it's not. But tell me, if there's a problem, please tell me, because I'm gonna be very... That's very great if you can do that. Try here just to... Maybe there's really a problem, I don't know. But guess what, we're finishing this in like 18 minutes. Hard to see if what I'm saying. I mean, I'm trying here to understand, but maybe there's a problem. This is the last time I'm using mobile data because I'm not at home. That's why I'm using this to make the live stream. But of course, this is the last time. Then I'll be back at home for the next period. So yeah. I don't know. But tell me if there's a problem. Tell me, because I'll try to solve that, even though it could be hard, but yeah, okay, I'll try. Okay, we got more votes here in Maine. Right now, 28% for Troy Jackson. Collins won't lose. She's a juggernaut. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard for her to lose, to be honest. But I'll still give it. I'm trying to help. Maybe there's a Californian vortex. Yeah, I know you're trying to help. I don't mean otherwise. But it's just right now I can do anything, be honest, because this internet is not the best. I agree, but it's the only thing I can have right now. But this is the last time. Then I'll be back at home next week, so it doesn't matter. It's only for today. And I'm sorry for that, but I think it's doable still to do the live stream. But Collins will do a great job, but I don't think... I still give advantage to Platter, even though it will be very competitive. And right now we have 12 people watching again, so we're back to more people again. That's great. Maybe the problems are a bit solved or not. Now 74% for Platter. He continues to run it up the margin there. North Dakota, 19% of the vote in. The margin continues, staying more or less the same. Here still standing at 3,000 votes. And now we have 9 people watching and still at 595 subscribers. That's really sad. I thought we would get to 600, but actually I was mistaken. At least so far. It can change. Nevada in 14 minutes. And in about 4 minutes I'm going to do another break because I will need to bring more water. I'm really here talking for a long time. Already here almost 3 hours talking. Attorney General race, Republican side. Already projected this one for Stephen Goldfinch and also David Stumbo. And in the governor side, Pamela Abbott and also Alan Wilson. Yesterday the transmission was great, so maybe when you change locations is the difference. Maybe it was because of that. But yeah. If there's... Is it so bad? Is it so bad? That's really my question, because there's nothing I can do. I think it's not really that bad. It's not great either, but it's not that bad. It could be better. I understand. Yeah, it could be better, but it's not really that bad. At least I'm watching here on my phone, which is not great. Maybe I will stop this because I'm using the internet twice. Yeah, but that's probably not the smartest thing to do. So California, we got more votes in California. They're still counting votes. But yeah, the margin is still standing the same. In terms of votes left, you can see here, nothing special there. Let's see if they actually now let me use this thing here. So they actually want me to pay. I don't want to pay anything, so that's why I'm using NBC and also CNN instead of the New York Times. No offense to them, but I will not pay like what they want for the New York Times when they are not so great. I don't really like the New York Times. I only like them for results because they have a great interface and it's so great. And their analysis is not bad when it comes to results. They have great people working there on the needle and the predictions and all that stuff. They're actually great in that regard. But now let's move to the Senate here on the Republican side. Yeah, nothing. Let's go to the House because I still think we have that one. And here on the Democratic side, okay, this will go to a runoff, as you can see here, and that one will go to a runoff as well. So 2 runoffs here. Here, very competitive, and here, very competitive as well. In the Republican side, this one will be a runoff as well. The problem is the ones will go to a runoff. Jenny Costa looks like probably is going to win. Probably is going to go to a runoff. The problem is the other two, Mark Smith and Sam McCown. Let's go to that race specifically. Where's that? South Carolina Congressionals. And it's this one. Let me check Yorktown and see if we actually... It's not bad at all. Will Fujimori win in Peru? That's a great question. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about that. At least so far. We're still waiting for more votes. I still give advantage to her, at least in my model. But it's no guarantee. No guarantee that she will win. But I still give advantage for her in that regard. But it's very, very complicated to get the winner right now. So Nancy Mace has conceded the race and endorsed, guess what? Or better, guess who? Guess who she endorsed? This is very important. So in the governor's side, Nancy Mace got 11.8%, and she now considered a race, of course, because she's doing terribly here. She endorsed Alan Wilson against Pamela Abbott, that was endorsed by President Trump. So this is another one to put a little bit of spice here. So if you add the 11.8% of votes from Nancy Mace to Alan Wilson, that will make you get around 37%. Then you still need Ralph Norman to get to the second round and win there. But maybe that make it closer. Look at this. Let's go here. Okay, now Jenny Honeycutt is projected to go to the second round. The problem is still between Mark Smith and Sam McCown. But let's go here to, where is that? South Carolina Senate and Governor? No. Yeah, exactly. It's here. So what's happening here? So, okay, now Pamela is still at 76% chance. I still give it less than that, at least in my opinion. With South Carolina still missing some votes. Now the lead is 4,000 votes here. In Maine, we got more votes actually. Maybe we got 15% of the vote. And Platter now at 74%. North Dakota, we got more votes, but still 23% of the vote in there. And we're still missing now in the ballpark of 700 precincts to report here. So hopefully not. Your father was a corrupt, thief, evil dictator. But I guess, I mean, in Peru, most of them are corrupt, evil, thief dictators. Planners just made victory speech. That makes sense. Anything is better than Peru's current situation. That's also an argument. I mean, you know, it's very hard to project any winner right now in Peru. It will be very close, within 10,000 votes at the end of the day. Yeah. Maybe we can check here. Wait a minute. Maybe we can check here the House races in Maine. This is also important. We're not paying too much attention to that, but it can also be important. Let's go here to Maine congressionals. So this one is the one we're still missing. Jordan Wood and Joe Baldacci, or how you say it. And we're still waiting for more. I mean, this is very competitive, certainly. Right now, 82% chance for Joe Baldacci, but still. And here in the Maine first, 90% for Russell. You see the Maine first is much smaller, but of course it's much bigger in terms of the not much bigger. It's actually the same population, but much smaller in terms of territory, in terms of size. Still waiting a lot of votes, as you can see here. A lot of townships. That's why this is really hard. It looks like a chess game, as I said before. This one is very competitive. It probably will stay competitive. Let's go back here. Still standing for the 900 precincts. Now the margin is still 4,000. It actually went closer. The problem is where the votes came in. That's very important. North Dakota here. We do have statewide races. This one is the first one. Okay, a county for Alex Ballas this year, and 62% as well. So North Dakota Public Service Commissioner. Nothing important there. Also projected. This one not projected at all, but incumbent in a trouble here to win, even though we're still waiting for more votes to come, but still not bad. And the superintendent of public instruction already too projected there. I don't know, this is maybe it's non-partisan, too advanced. Yeah, maybe it's like that. So too advanced. Still waiting for the Nevada governorships, but only in 8 minutes from now. South Carolina congressional, still missing this one to project. Jenny Honeycutt still winning with 23% of the vote. Let's go here again. We're just getting more votes now. In Maine, how he's doing in Maine now, 73.4 for Platter, so the margin is going down as it was expected. Nothing surprising there. Yes, Fujimoto was very bad for a long time. This voting sounds like the Philippines nepotism. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Still, guys, don't forget to subscribe. We have 13 people. We just need 5 new subscribers. I'm going to continue saying again. We only need 5. Only 5. It's not really that much of a deal. So yeah, I mean, please do subscribe. It's very, very important. Yeah, now we have 11 people watching. It's fantastic. I mean, considering the enthusiasm we're having, it's not a lot of it. Got more votes here for Platter. North Dakota now, 26% of the vote in. In Nevada, 6 minutes until we have the votes there. And yeah, still waiting for more votes here in South Carolina. Still close to 250,000 still remaining to report. It's not a lot of precincts. I mean, how many precincts are still reporting? Yeah, still this to come, as you can see here. This one is still competitive. And yeah, North Dakota, as you can see here, the House for the Republican side is already done. And in Nevada, you can get the polls very soon. This one is competitive in the second. This one is also interesting in the fourth. And the rest, the other two, the first is with a lot of candidates, and the third as well, the Democratic side. This could be interesting as well. This is uncontested, and here, the second will be Republican, but yeah, uncontested as well. A lot of races as well: Secretary of State, Attorney General, Lieutenant Governor, and Senate. We don't have Senate, of course, in the state of Nevada. Let's go back to South Carolina. Let's go to House. So missing this projection. Now this one got projected to Illinois Lechmacher, or how you pronounce it. And this one is we're still waiting. Let's check that one. Is the 5th congressional district. Where is that? We don't have it here for some reason. Here we have it. So yeah, decision that's already predicted for Mallory Dittmer, because the majority of the votes were there. It's a great question. Only here in New York County, and that will go for her, so it's over. It's also over now. Yeah, 11 people watching. It's the same as it was before. Nothing new there. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. It's really important, guys. Yeah, but I don't think we'll reach 600 today. I think it's over. And yeah, and in Peru, so waiting. Now actually got more votes in Peru. Maybe we can check the composition of this new trench we got in Peru now. Maybe we can check that as well, because we got new votes in Peru. It was only 398 votes, so it's not significant, but Fujimori won this batch with 57.5%. Maybe the batch was from... Actually, it was not. Now we're only missing 166 polling stations in Peru, which is great, of course. And if you have any question, guys, feel free to ask. I'm going to be very happy to answer. And about Peru again, because we're still waiting for Nevada in 2 minutes. If you go here to Peru, which is right now, we got now Nuevo Computos Extranjeros, so we got more votes in the foreign, or we got more votes now, as you can see here. So, and now Fujimori actually narrowed the lead. Let's check that new batch. Betting odds have her at like 92%, but it's like Sanchez is holding on. We actually didn't get more votes out of the foreign votes. We actually didn't get more overseas votes. That's why he seems to be holding the margin. Right now we got another batch, and this batch was great for her, at least I think so. Let's check that. Exactly, this was a great batch. She got 59% of the vote, but still, 59 is not the best. At least above 60% would be better. Right now the margin is smaller, of course. Now 40,000 margin. That's the margin right now that, of course, he has. Maybe we can go here. So we're still waiting for votes here in this particular region, La Convención. So we can say that there's margin here to be gained at least. Turnout is also up, but yeah. For example, here at least 1,000 votes would be gained, or more than that. So you see that here we have votes. But in Lima, we also have votes to come. That's why 96.9% she's leading by a substantial margin. When you go to this Loreto, 94.4%. But if you go to the overseas vote, we're still waiting for a lot of it. And the United States is still missing a lot of it as well, as you can see here. So where is Japan? Japan, I don't think we have Japan. Japan can net out close to 10,000 votes just in a trench. So that's why it's so important. Where is Japan? We don't have there anything. So this can net out for Fujimori close to 10,000 votes, just Japan. And look at this, one vote in Kenya for Sanchez. And he got 100%. Where is that? Argentina, 58, still waiting for more votes here. So yeah, waiting for a lot of votes there. Now we got more votes there as well. 11 people watching, guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, but I think we'll finish at 595 subscribers now. Polls will close in 15 seconds in Nevada. Maine, we just got more votes. Also in the governor race. This will take a while in Maine governors. And in California, I'll just eliminate that. Okay, now we got a projection here in the 5th. So it's all projected, and we'll have 2 runoffs here. In the Republican side, we're still missing this projection. Even though Mark Smith has a bit of an advantage, but we'll go to that race specifically. Look at this here. And now polls close in Nevada, so yeah, that's it. So where the votes remain, that's very important. So the votes are still remaining in everything, almost everything here. Smith is ahead here as well. So I think Smith can win, can go to the second round as well. So I think it will be Smith against Honeycutt in the general election. Not general election, I mean the runoff. Now it's too early to call in Nevada. So we're finished almost. What happens here in the House? What's happening here? Why don't we have races here in these races? Maybe because they're redrawing the maps. What a mess. Also, if you go here to Alabama, you get the same problem. Look at this, because of the maps being redrawn there. This is a runoff, I'm sorry. What I'm doing, okay, here. Attorney General still waiting for the projection. No, actually got it. Here in the Secretary of State, yeah, still waiting for that. Only 3,000 votes now. The problem is where the votes are still to be reported. Now we got Nevada. Look at this, a lot of counties already reported. It's amazing. Lombardi getting 91%. Democrats are getting 60. Let's check the other races there. So governor's side, look at this. Okay, so this is over in that regard. It is over. In the lieutenant governor's side, Sandra is also winning by a substantial margin, but we're still missing Las Vegas. That's the biggest county, of course. 70% plus of the population comes from right there. Attorney General, 61, and Secretary of State, look at that. This is competitive. This is competitive here. Republican side, Secretary of State, very competitive. And also the House races, look at it, so competitive in the first one here. Now we have in the poll 16 votes. Democrats are at 44%. This is what I say all the time. We have a channel that represents the national environment in the US. And that's great, of course, to have it like that. And if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm going to say it again. It's so important. And yeah, 9 people now. This was not a really good live stream, but yeah, I'll still be here. Now in Nevada, let's go to Nevada Senate here. Not Senate, I'm sorry, Governor. Still waiting for Las Vegas to come. Yeah, for some reason, they released a lot of votes, but not Las Vegas, nor Nia County, Esmeralda, Lander, Eureka, Humboldt, and Churchill. I don't know why. Pretty weird there. Maine now at 20% of the vote in. For governor, looks like Jackson is leading, but still a lot of votes still to come. Now we got Saco County, not County, Township, 30% for Shah. South Carolina right now almost finishing there, 200,000 votes left. Now the margin is 3,000 votes here. And here is what, in terms of the precincts still to win, still to be reported. It's 615. Nevada's still waiting for more. Let me just close this thing, it doesn't matter. And yeah, here, it's gonna close that one as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, it can be about Peru as well. I don't care, to be honest. If you have a question about Peru, I'm gonna be very happy to answer as well. We have Twitter here on Twitter. Let's just talk about what Plano's benchmark should be tonight. So in the 2020 Maine Democratic Senate primary, Sarah Gideon got 71.5% of the vote. I mean, of course, Platter will be better than that. At least I think so. Let me check here the new results. Still waiting for more. Okay, Nevada got called for Lombardo, but that is not unexpected. I think also here. Yeah, CNN didn't call it, but it doesn't matter. Let's go here to the decision desk. What's happening there? Where is Nevada? Nevada congressionals? No, Nevada governance statewide. Yeah, it is still at 0. I don't know why. But yeah, now we got more votes here. Only now 600 precincts to go. I'm gonna do a break of around 5 minutes, and I'm gonna be back really soon. I'm gonna leave the page open in Maine governor maybe. Yeah, Maine governor race. I'm gonna leave it right here open. So yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm back now again, and yeah, maybe we can check it here. I don't think we have any results from Nevada. Maybe we do have them. Let's check. Now let's go into Nevada. We actually got some votes. I think they reduced the number of votes for some reason. I don't know why. Still missing Clark County, Las Vegas. I think I'm gonna wait until we have Las Vegas, even though, yeah, I don't know. Here we still have this competitive election here. Only 3,000 votes. Still missing 118,000. I don't know how many precincts are, but it's probably around like, I don't know, 500 and something precincts still to come. And in that ballpark, yeah, but now CNN moved as well. And now Sharon Angle is up. She's living in Pershing County, and also in Lyon County, or Lyon, I think it's Lyon County. Maine Senate right now. So Plotter continues to lead with 73.5. We have the first township for Mills. Mills is winning this one with 100% of the vote. Moose River, it's the only township she's winning. So far, it's really sad for her, being a former governor, only getting one township. It's really something. I mean, really terrible for her. And if you're here, so good, let's go to 2018. So 2018 midterms election. I think she was governor here, so maybe we can go here to New York Times. Where is governor? Governor now. Look at this, Mills. Look at this, Mills here, winning. As you can see here, Mills got 45.8, 46.3, and then, of course, in the ranked choice voting, she was able to win. No, not here. I'm sorry, I was messing stuff. So here, that county, that part, Moose River, of course, she got 15 votes. Now she got 2 in the primary, but still, this is what, I mean, really a terrible situation. A person that was able to win statewide, now not even able to win more than one township yet. Now we got more votes here in Peru, and the margin was able to shrink again, maybe? I don't know. Maybe we can check that as well. I'm going to leave here now North Dakota at 39%, Nevada still at the same point, and here Jackson continues to lead in Maine Senate. This is also very important. Now 10 people watching again. Maybe we can check here the new dump we got in Peru. Just as a kind of a curiosity. I don't really know who won there. So it was a win for the left-wing candidate, Sanchez, but it was a very small batch, only 299 votes, so nothing special there. Nothing special. Maybe tomorrow we'll have more out of the diaspora vote or the overseas vote. And this is so interesting to watch Susan Collins 30 years ago saying, I've pledged, and I'm going to quote, I've pledged that if I'm elected, I will only serve 2 terms. 12 years is long enough to be in public service. Guess what? That was in 1997. Right now it's 2026. And guess what? She's still there 30 years after she said that she will only be there for 12 years. So she is in excess of 18 years. That's really something. And yeah, let's go back here to the Maine governor now. So 22% in. This is the Republican side. I mean, Charles is going to win. I think they didn't project yet, but yeah, 41%. Even in ranked choice voting, of course, it will be better for him. Of course, he will get the 50% mark. Just remove this as well. Nevada, so waiting for that. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I think I'm gonna end the live stream because the votes in Las Vegas will take a while, and I projected most of the races already, and they were mostly projected. In Maine governor, it will be hard to project today, and they take sometimes a lot of time to count. So this will probably go to the ranked choice voting, and the first candidate to go down will be Angus King to go down with 7.5 votes and 7.5% of the votes, and then they will be distributed in the ranked choice voting, as you can see here. But I mean, we'll see. I think I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you guys for all the support. It was amazing. Don't forget, if you're there, to subscribe.
We're only 5 away until 600. We will not be today, at least right now. I don't think so about that. But maybe tomorrow we're gonna have a new video at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's so important. And yeah, I think that's it. Guys, thank you guys so much for all the support. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down below. I'm going to be here next week again with new primers in which states is very important. Next week in Alabama runoff. I'm sorry, in Alabama runoff, in Georgia runoff, Oklahoma, and Virginia. Those are the ones I'm going to be here next week. Guys, thank you guys so much. If you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like down below. And thank you so much for all the support tonight. Thank you.